everyone, and welcome to the stream. And yes, there is music playing, so we will dispense with that right off the top. That is for all of the people who told me that I should
What just
have
happened?
music.
Curiosity, is this copyright neutral music?
It is.
Okay, good.
I made sure to look for royalty free, so
This
it is
gonna be
royalty
really
free.
funny otherwise.
We'll just lose an episode.
Well, it's gonna be a very quiet YouTube episode.
No, I can actually mute the music now so that it's not actually playing. Now that we have gotten through the intro. Yes, I should also raid more Mio. I realize this. I'm trying to get better a little bit.
A little bit at a time. Baby steps.
Baby steps, one thing at a time. When you realize that I'm making all of the technical changes in the last 10 minutes leading up to a stream, you should kind of... Anyway, a few quick reminders as we get started here. All of our video content does wind up on the tube of views, and my QR code has disappeared. I will have to relink it. Moving files around this week. But you can go out to YouTube, search for Casual Cactus, all one word, Casual with a C, Cactus with a K, and you will find all of the video content that we have produced thus far. There's quite a bit, because we've been doing this, what did we decide, for 5 years now? 6 years?
Jeez.
Aaron is 5, so well.
Been doing it for 6 years.
6 years. I was looking at Braden, and he was staring at his phone and not paying attention.
You're doing the intro.
Yeah, he's doing it. I'm doing the intro. So I am just a lump in the chair sitting here. So my archivist was not paying attention to back me up.
I mean,
I will be the better man and say nothing.
Except you just did. So anyway.
that's so much worse, though. It's fine. It's fine.
So all of the video content does wind up on YouTube. There is a lot of it. You are free to peruse whatever you like. But if you haven't already, do hit like and subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notifications, and you will always know when we put new content up. I am up to date.
Indeed.
At this point. So enjoy it while you can, because I don't know that I will be next week. We do also run a Discord server. That is what we use to primarily let you guys know what the streaming schedule is going to be. Falling down on that one, so one more thing to my list of things that I need to do better at for my streaming empire. For all three of you. Thank you for joining us.
There aren't technical limitations on how big
No.
an empire has to be.
No, you're right. You're right.
We just
It's
We
just-
have imperial ambitions.
Yeah, this is a hobby, guys. We do this for fun, and we bring you guys along with this to hope you guys are having fun as well. So, with all of that out of the way, I am going to turn it over to the players who would like to do a recap. Mr. Archivist, sir, you were the last one. Go for it.
Well, last time we dealt with 2 assassins and 2
Devils.
devil fiends.
Unrelated.
Unrelated. I wrote down that with the assassin's surprise attack, Akarai got hit by 74 damage,
Oh gosh.
and Artemis got hit by 84 damage.
Yep.
Downed 1 shot.
It was not fun. But that's not true.
Uh,
Artemis did not have fun.
Artemis did not have
It
fun.
was not a good day
The,
for us.
Steven had fun.
the building caught on fire. Luckily, it was drenched by a rain spell.
Yep.
The devils were killed and pulled back to hell, we assume.
Gosh, we hope.
We killed one of the assassins and knocked the other one out. And we decided to bring the assassin to Cassis's house to deal with them for interrogation.
Yes.
After interrogating them, we found out that they were sent by Master Amakiv, who is part of the Inquisition.
I'm a Kier. Amakir. Amakir.
I-I-R.
Phlegm.
Why are you working so well now?
Something that has never been said to me.
Something dark side.
Sorry, no, this must have been the pen I was using today. And then that the devils were not associated with the assassins. And then we spent the remainder of the time discussing what's happening next, like we usually do.
There was a lot of exposition for very little action.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it very little action.
No, there was a
the
lot.
exposition in comparison,
Yes.
our
There you
exposition to each other in comparison to the amount of action taken.
Yes. Very, very different. Yes.
Yeah, very true.
Like, it was a.
You guys are
hefty-
planners.
Yes.
You guys are planners.
Some could call it over planning.
Yes.
Some could, yes.
No, some probably do, in fact.
All that means is I don't have to prepare all that much for you guys because you're going to talk the problems
do it
to death.
ourselves.
So it's fine. It's fine.
This is fine. Everything's okay.
All right. So I believe we left you guys in the basement of a
Yeah,
particular
we were
Amethyst
discussing-
Dragon's manor house.
Yeah,
yes.
we were discussing getting a new place to
Yes.
use as a headquarters so
Okay.
that we're not going to keep endangering someone's livelihood.
Okay. So Gerald, the majordomo, has taken your prisoner off to other parts of the manor house. Your host, Cassius, has led you all back through the dungeon-like catacombs and back upstairs to the main living areas of the manor. He has offered Akerai a place to stay within the city, with basically his own suite. So he's got a sitting room, he's got a bedroom, he's got private areas as he might need for all of the vast quantities of clothes that a monk might have, but he has offered him graciously a suite in the manor to hide out. He did, I believe, extend the same offer to you all, at least for the night. I don't know if you want to take him up on it.
I probably did. There's a lot of exposition, Brayden.
Yeah, at least for the evening. I think
At
he
least
did.
for the evening.
I was going to ask as Simi if that could be extended beyond.
Prisoners?
Well, beyond like just one night. I was.
Well, we also said that we don't want to get our gracious host in trouble with
The order.
the order.
Yeah. So there's a fair reason for us not to, although they would be harboring the person that could maybe get him in the most trouble.
If it occurs that you should need a place to stay for longer than a single night, my humble home is, of course, at your disposal. I shall be sure to make proper arrangements.
I mean, we'll probably do something off base anyway at some point, but at least until we figure out where we're going.
Of course. Are any of the rest of you... do any of the rest of you feel the need for any accommodation beyond tonight?
I think I'll be good in the long run.
Well, we'll put a pin on that depending on what happens tomorrow and what we can
Of
perhaps
course.
acquire.
Have you all dined this evening?
We did.
That was a long time ago, man.
We did.
When was the last
So
time we ate?
hungry.
Right before the devils attacked. We were literally having
That's true.
food.
That's
We were
true.
having pies.
It feels like it's been months, but
You burn a lot of energy when you're in that
It's
kind
been
of fight,
2
man.
hours. We've been playing this game. We've only got 2 hours in the last 2 months.
That sounds familiar.
Let's do the time warp again.
To be fair, that's what happens when you don't play for the entirety of October.
That's
Fair.
true.
Yeah, fair. Very well. So food is not needed. A nightcap, perhaps.
I wouldn't mind one of those.
Absolutely.
Very well.
Stick a finger in the hole in my chest.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I think alcohol would be a pleasant repast.
Oh, when Gerald gets back, we'll have that scene too.
Oh, it should be fine. It was healed magically. It just left a fun hole.
Then it's not completely healed. We'll have that scene too. But nightcap, if you'll follow me, and he leads you to a very familiar sitting room. It's the room that you have all been to. It's his sitting room, study / library / pretty much. You get a sense he spends a lot of time in the room. He does pour each of you a bit of brandy and hands it around. And Gerald, the major domo, appears shortly thereafter. He kind of whispers quietly in his ear. Gerald turns and strides out and is back in about 2 or 3 minutes. And following behind him is one of the ladies of the house. Who sort of looks around and glances at Cassius, who points.
I'm still in just shorts and carrying a bundle of bloody robes.
So she will come right over to you. I understand you are in need of some healing. May I?
Yes, please. Also on his back are still the scars from the...
So she rubs her hand. And you actually see a little bit of a magical glow, sort of orange, almost like flames, licking at her hands. And she lays her hands on the wound. How far are you down at this point?
Hit points wise?
Mm-hmm.
Well, from my regular max, 44 hit points. From the current max that I'm allowed, only, I can't do math, 30...
Minus 10 from what you just said.
I don't even remember what
30.
I said. 30. Yeah,
30.
30.
All right. So
So tired.
wow.
That was painful.
And in this session, we're going to be method
Basic
actors
arithmetic.
and sleep during our long rest.
So all of the math goes to Steven tonight. All right. So you do feel sort of a familiar tingle of healing wash over you, quite a bit actually, as it sort of starts to work and knit together the wound that you took tonight.
Oh.
And she pulls her hands away. That should have done more. And she sort of lays the back of her hand on your forehead.
I haven't been sick in a very long time. I'm technically immune to most diseases.
Yes, but your humors are off.
Just point to the
It's never
magically
particularly
festering
funny.
wounds on his back.
Oh, and you see she gets this sort of flash of purple in her eyes. Oh, that is quite nasty. I shall need a little bit more to deal with that. And as she's rubbing her hands together, her fingers start to spark.
Magic is so cool.
Except this isn't magic.
And she reaches out and just boop on the nose. And the tingle of discharged static electricity washes over you. And she casts greater restoration on you.
Wow, I saw the spark from here.
Rubbing
And-
socks across
and she'll,
carpet.
and she'll grab your shoulder and look. Oh yes, that should take care of that now.
Thank you. I didn't
And
realize.
and she rubbed her and puts some more healing into you and gets you back up to full.
I have not felt so good in such a long time. Thank you.
Of course.
How long has that been? It's only been like 3 days, huh?
I know, it feels like months, right?
Of course. If you should need anything while you are here, do let me know.
I will. Thank you. What was your name? Sorry, Keith.
Clara,
Clara. It's a pleasure.
my room is on the 3rd floor. And she turns and walks out.
Was that an invitation?
I was like, that sounded like a proposition.
It did. He is an older man, but I guess, hey.
It's fine. It's fine. She just wants grandfatherly advice. I'm sure.
Sure.
You know, it's even worse when you put it that way.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes it somehow a lot grosser.
That just took you from silver fox to creepy old man real quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just.
It was not supposed to.
Well, but it did.
Oh, well, what is the character off of Family Guy?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, Herbert the
Herbert.
pervert.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Just gonna have to be Herbert.
I polish off the brandy I was given very quickly.
You're supposed to sip it, not take it like a shot.
Oh. Sorry.
Don't mind him, my dear. There is no wrong way to enjoy a strong drink.
That's
She
not
is
true.
about to teach you that that's not true.
Straw and
I did say a strong drink. I presume multiples is the problem.
That depends if you count. If you just drink it out straight out of the bottle, technically it's all one.
She
Perhaps.
puts her glass down and like cuts her eyes over to him and kind of sits back. A little bit of a huff.
I feel like nope.
It does dawn on me that we've never had combat when I've been drunk, so I've never used any of my drunken
No.
master things.
You doing that shit.
As far as we are aware, you are just a drunk with no upside.
But I'm growing, so I'm not
You're a
drunk
fun
as
drunk.
often. Sure. Have you seen?
I mean, as far as Killian's aware, maybe you're just drunk all the time now.
I haven't had a drink in ages.
We don't know that.
Yeah, you know.
You have been unguarded for a year.
Very true.
Who's gonna keep you from drinking? Acarai?
He can stop her.
Exactly.
He's not around me that much.
That's true, but if I was and I needed to, I could stop you.
Oh, dangerous ground, my friend.
Are we taking this as a challenge?
No, I'm simply making sure your acquaintance is properly informed as to my abilities tonight notwithstanding.
Anybody want to put bets down?
Let's.
Cope!
I'm not saying anything. I'm just gonna nurse this brandy.
Suddenly I'm feeling like taking this like shot myself.
Lucas is like, if I keep sipping the brandy, I don't have to acknowledge the conversation.
Worked before.
She just sets her jaw knowing that she is very uncharismatic and does not reply.
Oh, you
Although
are
her
growing as a
eyes-
person.
Her eyes say everything.
Not with this insight.
Do you nothing?
So, forgive me for, I suppose, asking if you have clarity in your future plans.
Well, yeah, tomorrow the first thing we're going to do is step out off your property and see if we get shot at by assassins.
Again.
Again.
Fair. Is there any possibility? I mean, clearly you took a prisoner. Is there any possibility that anyone else lived to report?
No.
No, they
Well, maybe.
The problem is we're not sure. There were no... Humans is such a catch-all
Mortal.
term.
There were no mortals that were left to be witnesses,
There were 2 demons that were there.
and they
Devils.
were
Devils.
I said
promptly-
demons earlier. I screwed it up,
promptly
sorry.
taken back to whence they came.
you know,
Hmm.
So they could, in
I ripped
theory,
into plane, a
communicate.
giant hand tentacle thing came out.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, a hand tentacle
Hand
thing.
tentacle thing came out and took him back. So maybe that's it.
Well, perhaps you dodged a bullet there.
Not this guy.
It technically wasn't a bullet.
Might have hurt less if it was.
Could have been a lot smaller.
As I understand it, those devils and demons that are taken back to the underworld
Turned into lemurs.
tend to be somewhat busy being punished for the first several years before they are debriefed.
all I could see here in my brain was Boss Nass with he will be punished.
He had already been debriefed. My face just ran full on into backside. There were no briefs. And I will never forget that smell.
Oh, I am so sorry.
For your attempt at humor.
That was a pity inspiration.
I mean, for Simi, not for you.
Okay.
Lance actually thought that was very clever and funny, especially because it was so bad that it's like, yes, Simi would try and make that joke.
Yes.
That is the kind of joke Simi would try to make.
Yep, for sure.
Well, shall we call it a night then?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, clarity for future plans? Not really. We'll figure it out when we get there.
There's
Of course.
rough idea that we end up with a
Concepts of a...
there's a concept in the plan. Oh God, gag me now.
You have the plan to make a plan.
And
It seems like that's what we usually do.
some ideas.
A lot.
Do you have a plan? I have a rough outline and some tactical goals.
Very well.
Yeah,
Gerald will show you all to the accommodations. The East Wing, I think, makes for better sunlight in the morning.
Never go into the West Wing.
So he bids you good night. He does stay behind in the study, continuing to sip on his brandy.
Oh, I'll return
As-
his copy of Voyage of the Demeter, having read it. So.
Oh, excellent. I do hope it was helpful.
Yep.
Very good. Feel free to peruse for any other volumes you may wish to
Oh, well, that was a
indulge
mistake.
in as well.
Never mind.
Do you need a
Take 'em all.
step stool to see the next shelf?
I can cast. I can't.
At which point Gerald comes in and does lead you all to the East Wing, where rooms have been laid out. The first door you come to is Acherais, and he sort of, Gerald sort of stands there. Let Acherai in. Do let me know if there's anything you are missing, good sir. I shall come back by momentarily as soon as I get the rest of your companions settled. Very next room down the
Do you
hall.
keep walking with us?
Yeah.
The very next room down the hall. Miss Simi, this will be yours. It is like, I mean, it's a good long ways. I mean, there's a good bit of room between the doors,
But
but
it is
it is
right next.
next door. He
He
does hold the door open for you. As you enter, there is sort of an entry sitting area And then back behind that is your bedroom. And as you walk into the bedroom, there is an adjoining door that leads right into Akurai's room.
I was wondering.
As with Master Akurai, if there is anything you need, do give us a shout, as it were. The bell pull is just right there.
Thank you.
And he pulls the door closed and walks down the hall, settling each of you in rooms of your own. Each of you does have basically a mini suite to yourself.
I have never laid on a bed this nice.
No, you probably haven't. These are plush. This is like super, super nice.
Oh, a king size
The
bed.
cloister does not
Okay.
give nice beds.
Just wondering.
Nope,
Are they water beds?
they are not water beds. No, they are a standard bed, but they are very, very plush, very luxurious, very soft, and very, very comfortable. All of you do have windows that look out to the east, sort of up. You're up high enough you can kind of see, sort of right over the top of the wall. And out to the land around the city of Costus as it slopes down towards forest off to the east. In the far distance, there are mountains. You that have been there would recognize them as sort of the extension of the chain of mountains along the east side of the empire that does eventually lead back to the Valley of the Four Kings, where you come from. Those of you who have not been there, the mountains are there. They're pretty.
Pretty mountains.
Pretty mountains,
They've always-
off in the distance. They've always been there. Yep.
They'll always be there.
Artemis face
Wake
plants
up
onto the
tomorrow when
bed,
they're
just dropping his pile of bloody robes right next to it, and face plants, and is out.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
I am sizing up the bed. How do I get this into my place?
He's just measuring how to.
What can I do to offer as a trade? And then I'm out.
Sleep.
Yep.
Yep. Take a long rest.
I don't know if Akurai wants to be bothered. I'm still a little salty with him about, his comment that he can, effectively put me in my place if I drink too much.
Maybe you should go over there and tell him.
Maybe you should go over there and put him in his place.
Yeah.
What place is that?
Who's boss?
You would enjoy that way too much.
What's going to happen?
Make him sleep on the couch, despite the fact that he has a room of his own and a bed.
She's not totally sure what to do, so she kind of she sits there awkwardly for a little while and realizes that this is she had gotten used to sleeping in a slightly more comfortable bed, but this is a bit more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And so she waits for him to see what happens.
It's a possum.
It's a
Okay.
possum's charging.
Oh.
It's a distal emote.
Mm-hmm.
If he does not make any signs that he would knock on the door or anything like that, she'll probably lay on the floor and go to sleep.
On the floor?
She's done this before. It's just been a long time since we've actually covered anything where it's she'll lay on the floor and go to sleep.
To each their own.
Some people don't get to have nice things. Simi's not allowed to enjoy nice things.
About 15, 20 minutes after you've been shown into your bedroom, there is sort of a light at the adjoining door. How are you?
I was worried about you today. A little mad at you. I was worried about you today.
I would hate to think that you were mad at me for me running my mouth like an idiot. I do apologize. It was only after I had time to think that I realized how that sounded.
Yep. Yeah. Did not sound great.
It's especially given your history. I'm so sorry. I was not thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially given my history.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you.
that ruffles her feathers very visibly.
Don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh.
If it makes any difference, I'm willing to do whatever I need to make it up to you.
I mean, acknowledging any of it out loud, having the courage to say it, is probably a better start than just being another person that expects me to be okay with everything else. Everything that's happened. Does DM Keith remember? Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yes, he's pondering. And you can see that he's pondering. My instinctive reaction, which is the wrong one, is to claim ignorance. And while that may have been a part of it, the larger part, I was a coward. I think deep down I knew that what Rosk was doing to you was wrong, and I was too cowardly to stand up to him. And for that, I can only beg your forgiveness. That, and spend the rest of my life trying to make it up to you. And I would like very much to make it up to you.
You missed a part.
Which part? And he's looking quite uncertain now.
You didn't just not stand between me and Rosk. You might not have been the one holding the whip.
Yes. You're right. I did very much turn my back on you, didn't I?
You spat in my face and then turned your back on me. And sometimes I hate that I love you anyway. But it's very, very hard. And I don't know what to do with it. I tried not to. But at the end of the day, I still think you're a good person. But it's been months, and you wouldn't even say anything about it. It's just assumed. That I should. I'm okay with this now. I want to be okay with this now. But also, you shouldn't have to feel like you have to prove for every second of your life that you're the person that I want to believe that you are. It's not fair to you.
I don't have to, but I want to. And that's the difference. I want you to know that I'm a different man. I want you to know that I am ashamed. Not just sorry, but I am ashamed for doing those things. And while, yes, it was done in ignorance, that is no excuse. And part of me knew it. Part of me I won't say railed against it, because clearly it wasn't loud enough for me to go against the man I called father back then. To believe the lies he told me until proven for what they were. I didn't trust my own inner voice. I failed you. I failed me. I failed the order. I failed the world by listening to that man. Do I have to prove to you those things? No. Do I want to? Yes, because I do love you. And I think I have for a very long time, and that scared me too. And I latched on to whatever Rosk told me out of cowardice and fear. You deserve better than I can give you, but I want to give you my best. If you don't want to accept it, that's fine. I can respect your own decisions. I can respect your choices. Say the word, and I'll disappear, and you'll never see me again. If that's what it takes to help you heal and to make you happy.
I'm tired of people disappearing.
Then I won't. I'll be what you need. If all you need for me to be is here, I can accept that.
She'll go up and hug him. I really was worried about you. You scared me today.
I was worried about myself too. Those bolts came out of nowhere. He'll let you. If you pull back, he'll let you go.
She won't pull back.
Okay.
Fade to black.
And they go to sleep on the floor
Fade to
together.
black. The night passes. each of you, well, most of you, wake up in your own beds, sunlight streaming in from the east.
A long rest.
You do get a long rest. Any ills that ail you are pretty much taken care of. The next morning, each of you do receive light taps on the door, and then missives are slid under. It's basically just a simple breakfast is served in the main dining room, and
It's gotta be room service.
directions to.
Full on ugly morning face.
There are two. I mean, there are two cards that slid under Akarai's door.
They knew.
I was gonna joke like they think they're being subtle.
Yeah.
Everyone else.
The walls are low.
As you wake up, see me. Akarai is still there, and he still has you in his arms.
It's like the full like hair a mess, like half eye open.
Drool coming down.
You know, little drool in his armpit where my head was.
Ew. How light is the tap?
It's fairly light,
I don't think Artemis is waking up.
and that's fine. It's more just to call attention to those who would wake up to the note under, and the note is the same for all of you. It's like, no rush. When you're ready, breakfast is being served in the main dining room.
I'll
So
start
what I
putting
would read
myself
that as is
together.
breakfast at 2 p.m.
and bedtime by 6.
So for those of you that get up and get ready and make your way down to the dining room, there is a traditional breakfast being served. Quite a bit of it, actually. Cassius is there at the head of the table. The healer from last night, Clara, is sitting at his right hand side. They are the only ones seated, but there are a good number of people coming and going and grabbing breakfast, sort of buffet style, from the siding serve table. And they are taking. Some of them are seat. Some of them will take seats at the far end of the table. Some of them will take the food and just go. But there's a good number of them, and while it is mostly female, there are several men in the mix as well. They are all very lovely. They are all picturesque, even. The epitome of
when you can look like whatever you want, why
Yeah.
would you look ugly?
So that is what is going on in the dining room. Would you all wait for each other? Would you go on your own?
Well, it depends. I think that'll depend who all's down there at what point.
I'm going.
Okay.
You're just gone.
I am
Tell you
going
what,
to
everybody.
okay.
So, we're gonna assume that Artemis is sleeping.
He's unconscious.
So the three of you just roll a d6. And I guess, Danny, go ahead and roll a d6 as well.
D6.
Uh-huh.
3.
3,
I don't know. 5.
5,
6.
6,
5.
5. Okay. So you are the first out of your door in the morning. You open the door. You've seen the note. Breakfast is being served.
Yeah,
When you're ready,
Let's go eat.
you open the door. You step out into the hallway. Nobody. Are you going to wait, or are you going to go on your own?
I am going on my own to go eat breakfast.
All right.
I don't know what time to get up.
That's fair.
Fair enough. So you'll be the first to the dining room to see what I have previously described.
Okay. As I come in, I will briefly come by Cassius
Mm-hmm.
and say, thank you so much for your hospitality.
Of course. The least I could do, especially for one of your immense skills.
Well, thank you.
I was quite impressed with
Or
the
a
speed
vessel.
at which you sold the items I provided to you. I might have a few more in a couple of weeks' time. Would you?
Oh, very well. I would love to take on
Of
that.
course, I will make a note of that. And he sort of opens up a little small notebook and jots something down. Oh, do help yourself to some breakfast.
Thank you. I'll give it a slight bow.
Castian's
head on
house
over.
now just
Okay.
goes to us.
All right.
Stop saving your money.
This is literally.
I know,
All right,
I have money, but if we
so-
have to buy a place, it's not going to be great.
Simi, how are you preparing yourself for the day? Are you going to go back to your room, or are you going to step out the door with Akarai?
I mean, they give me shit about it anyway, so I don't care.
Okay.
That's even when they didn't actually have any idea of the history and backstory. They
Okay.
still gave me crap, so it's fine.
All right. So you'll just pull yourself together and go with Akarai out of his door?
Yeah.
Okay. So you open your door, and the two of you step out into the hallway at the same time that Lucas does from down the hall.
Awkward.
Morning.
Morning.
I don't think Lucas is one to care.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, if Lucas doesn't
Not
care.
a single one of us would be shocked.
31.
What's that?
31.
Dirty one.
You have no idea.
So you are just like you are
Wow.
completely oblivious to the
dirty one.
A dirty one, yeah.
that is wow. You are completely oblivious to the fact that she just stepped out of Akarai's room.
That just doesn't matter, man.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. You're not even. You don't even know it's Akarai's room. all you know is they're both coming out of the same door, and yeah, okay, whatever.
And that's not weird. They
And
spend
that's
a
not
lot of
weird
time
at all.
together.
Yeah.
It's not weird at all. So the three of you head down to the dining hall, and before you even get to the stairs down, not the final door, but Killian sort of opens your door and steps out, and you kind of see the group of three heading down the hallway. So you, all four of you, wind up in the dining hall roughly at the same time.
Who are you limboing under?
Everyone.
It is the
Yes.
song of his people. It is
Yes.
the traditional halfling breakfast chant.
Yep.
Does it count as a limbo if you don't actually have to bend?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it
okay.
does. Because
Fair
it always starts super high.
Fair.
My friends, I trust you all slept well.
Yes. I thought I was going to suffocate in those bed sheets.
Oh, was it too much?
No, it was like sleeping on a cloud.
Oh, excellent. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the evening. I'm glad it was restful. Do help yourself to breakfast. Gerald. And Gerald sort of clicks his heels together, steps over to the buffet, and pulls out a long, low step.
Stir seed.
So that you can actually get up and see what's on the table.
Shall I fetch you a
You know,
box?
you think he'd be mad about this, but Luke is just like, no, well, it involves getting closer to the food.
Right?
It revolves around the food. Lucas will take all the disability options that are available.
Yep.
5-star service.
5-star service, yes.
Exactly. We like accessibility here.
So as you sort of step up to the buffet, that you actually sort of sense a presence right next to you, and you turn and look, and it is a halfling woman standing there right next to you.
Or is it?
Good day, sir.
A halfling dragon.
anyone in this building. It's like,
Could
but
be.
are they?
Dragons, changelings, you know, who knows? Oh, good day, sir.
Good day.
Food.
And
Completely oblivious.
okay, and she'll just she'll just
See,
follow along
it would
behind.
be dangerous if we had a bag of holding because Lucas would just stuff it with food.
You have no idea how close I came to getting a bag of holding just because.
Just because, of course.
It
Would it
was
work here?
so close.
Would the bag of holding work here?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Or would it
I-
blow up?
It wouldn't
It
blow
wouldn't
up.
but it might just turn into a normal bag.
Yeah, it would
Dump
probably
everything.
dump all of its contents on the front porch.
Well, actually, it would just go inert. And then when
Everything
it
is just gone
reactivates,
inside.
well, when it reactivates, you get access to the pocket dimension again.
Or it creates a new pocket dimension.
Oh dear.
Soft reboot.
And somewhere out there, there's just these cut off pocket dimensions full of somebody's stuff.
Right.
Well,
So all of the rest of you have a chance to go through the buffet line and get your breakfast. Looking around, you all kind of notice that there's somebody missing.
oh,
Maybe
we
these...
should check and make sure Artie's alive.
He just died in his sleep overnight.
The old geezer who could go at any moment.
So old, his body couldn't take it.
I don't know. Maybe he got up early.
After yesterday, I'm gonna guess no.
Fair enough.
I'll be right back. And it's just like,
Okay. Which door is Artie's?
oh,
You went into your door before we
You,
left.
you get up to the hallway of all the same doors.
well,
Just knock on all of them.
pretty much. Yep, yep,
Just go down.
The worst.
pretty much.
All
I'm
right.
gonna be that house guest.
You're gonna be that house guest. Okay. So you pass by the first. You pass by the first one because that one's Acherized. You pass
And
by
I knew
the
which one Lucas's was.
you pass by the second one because that one was yours. You know which one's Lucas's was. You didn't actually see which one Killian came out of, so there's like 5 different ones that it could be.
Yeah, just knock all of them.
Yep.
So roll me a d6.
I was just gonna leave you behind.
2
Let you get your beauty sleep.
or 5. 2. No.
All right.
So he'll open the door again, still in just shorts, but because he just like face planted onto the bed, all of the embroidery on the cover it's just like all up his body on his face. Good morning.
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure you were still alive.
There's now paper stuck to your foot.
Yes.
There's breakfast in the big room over there.
He's gonna sort of like look back at the bloody pile of rags that is his robes, and he's gonna say,
No, you're not.
"Oh, are they gone?"
They're gone and have been replaced.
Oh.
There are clean, fresh robes.
Thank you. He's just like, I'll be there. I'll be down in
He's
just
as
a
graceful in the morning as you.
Yeah, it's a monk thing.
I mean, he hasn't slept well in like 3 days because he's had this whole like nonsense on his back. I'll be down in just a minute.
Yeah,
Up, where?
that way.
Neither up nor down. I understand. Thank you.
So as you look at as you peel the paper off your foot, or the parchment really, it actually gives directions to the main dining hall.
Man, we should have been here for the base of operations since the beginning.
This is someone's house.
I mean,
So?
and we couldn't do any magic here, so all of like Lucas's contacting people thing just wouldn't work.
Also true.
So he'll put on the clean robes and head down, but it is still pretty visible how he slept. Written all over his
brocaded.
face, as it were.
Yes. did not know what Brocade's skin looked like until now, but
Should I tell them? Should I point it out, the thing that they've missed? I think I will. Did you not miss it?
Oh no, I just don't think you should tell us. Point it out to us.
Okay.
What do we care?
I'm just going to point out that you were healed last night.
yeah.
Oh, that. No. I noticed. I want you. I have
Okay.
a separate section of my notes that is Killian's thoughts.
Okay.
And literally, I wrote down, "WTF? Dragon magic works in anti-magic fields.
Yeah, no,
Magic
we talked about
hotspot on the way."
Yeah, like
Okay.
we just kind of assume that whoever he says is, or at least I kind of assume, Simi kind of assumes.
Whoever has access cards.
Yes. Yes. Like,
Okay.
Or the password.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
no, Killian
Has the
realizes the
ability to-
importance and the value of that knowledge, but he has not done anything, nor has he said anything about it.
that. I don't really use magic, so there's no point in it.
But yes,
Artemis
I
that
have
is
been quiet, but y'all don't know that yet.
Okay.
He'll get on the table, just like one side of his face is covered in like little swirls and leaves.
pretty.
Master Artemis, I see you slept well.
So well, thank you.
My pleasure.
There's like the break of almost tears there.
Do help yourself to some breakfast, my friend.
Thank you.
And it has anything you could want. Fruit. It's got fruits. It's got pancakes. It's got toast, bacon, sausage, eggs. The works. It is a spread, and there is a lot of it.
Irish coffee?
Well, I mean, there's no such thing as Ireland on this planet, but
The
sure.
equivalent?
The equivalent, sure.
Artemis will just
So-
eat and eat and eat.
Is there anything I can do to assist you with your plans for the day? Have you made plans for the day?
I think that's what
I
we're
have an
about
idea,
to do.
but I'm not gonna share it.
Did you say that?
Yes, a second. Is that Lucas's response? Is I have an idea, but I'm not going to share it.
Yes.
He actually says that out loud. I'd like to
Does
hear
this
it.
idea involve selling any more small pieces of your soul?
What?
More?
Well,
I don't think there's anything to go around.
you keep making more deals with the thing.
Okay.
Is it really more
Is
pieces,
that where
or
the
is it
devil
just like
came?
sort of subdividing?
No.
Does it involve making another deal?
Not for my soul.
Yeah, because the last time it wasn't for your soul, it worked out so well for us. It totally didn't backfire on the group.
I mean, he did just
Wait.
hide inside of a closet.
Did you make a deal for our souls?
I don't own your guys' souls.
So are
you
you?
know that?
What deal are you thinking about making?
I'm just gonna have a conversation with someone.
Why?
What do you mean,
Why? Why make another deal with the thing that wants you to eat your soul?
I'm not gonna talk to them.
Who
You
are
talking
you
to?
wanting to talk to?
That's a conversation for another time. And I'm just gonna eat and try to avoid the conversation.
Gonna try and make a deal with
so
Cassius?
Killian is gonna drag his chair over right next to Lucas. He's gonna sit down, and he's just gonna sit here and watch you.
Well, I also had some thoughts.
That is.
And
And he will be
there
within
is-
your personal space.
Okay, that is a 6 perception.
He doesn't even notice.
Seeing this, I'm going to turn his chair so he has to face me.
Make an intimidation roll.
This is weird, right? This isn't normal breakfast behavior?
This is
okay. I know that I'm not good with the whole social thing.
Although, I mean, maybe outside of the order,
Seems weird to me.
I am
10.
almost tempted to go to the other table, but I want to see
Okay.
what
Not
happens.
particularly trying to intimidate him. I'm just like, no, we're gonna have this conversation as soon as you're ready.
Here, have some coffee.
What kind?
Irish, apparently.
Coffee.
Well,
Irish
no,
equivalent.
is it coffee or is it tea?
It's coffee, but it's Irish equivalent.
as you're passing it over, I just take it and take a sip. Thank you.
Yeah, you have some coffee.
Thank you.
Would anybody else like some coffee?
That needs some
What
cream.
do I need to do?
So how heavily how heavily garnished was the coffee?
Every time I've had it, it's a lot.
Okay.
Like even for me, it's a lot.
Make a con save.
Maybe it'll.
I have advantage
slow it
against
down,
being
or-
poisoned. Dirty 20.
It's strong, but it's pleasant.
Okay.
That needs some cream.
Alright, so I've moved your chair.
My brain's not looking
Yeah,
at
okay.
you.
I've moved Lucas's chair so he's no longer facing the table of food.
Sammy,
Play it in front of me.
have some coffee.
Okay.
Can I help you?
Oh, I'm just waiting until you've decided you're going to tell us what you're planning on doing. And if you choose not to do that, I'm just going to have to make sure you don't go anywhere or do anything.
Danny, make a con save. And if you didn't, you should as well.
Yeah, natural or unnatural 20.
A natural 20.
That'd be a 1.
Oh.
Actually, I guess it's a 3 with bonuses.
That's good. And you start to feel that very familiar, very pleasant, warm fuzzy.
Hey. I don't think that was normal coffee.
It's a tradition in distant lands. So.
I was thinking about perhaps going. This is something I wanted to workshop. We could gather a lot of information if I went back to the cloister. I don't know if it's a good idea.
I thought we figured you had been burned.
Possibly. But if the information we were given last night is true, then it's not unlikely that they don't know. And I could use that information to gather more information. I could say, I was attacked last night unceremoniously, and...
Well, that'd be true.
Mm-hmm. I could use that information, but...
But then you'd have to explain why you were there, why Akarai was there, and where Akarai is now, and where their agents are that are no longer around.
Well... I still don't know what we talked about, so I don't know.
Yeah, we need to have that conversation. Sorry.
You're fine. I don't think that's so much the issue.
Well, if you walk back and say, hey, I've been attacked, they're going to have questions, and you are going to need to have good answers for those questions.
Just because how your hair is, I can't see the one eye, and it makes you look like you're cross-eyed right now. There you go, that's better.
So I'm just saying that is something that is a potential that I was sort of thinking about as I was coming down here, but...
Are we talking about burning down the order?
It's a stone building.
It can still burn.
Not right now, no.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
There are other people in the vicinity.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess I'm just gonna go outside and see what happens if I'm dead in 20 minutes.
You shouldn't go alone. I'll go with you.
Lucas, make me a perception check.
I do need to contact my insurance company.
Yes, you
Yep.
do.
Get a payday.
I wouldn't count on that coming anytime
4.
soon.
Still oblivious.
It's just funny because I'm facing you.
Okay, I'll take Castian and we'll go visit his insurance company, and if needs be, Simi knows a place she can find me. That'll be my fallback. The not orphanage.
Try not to die.
You know, I'll do my best. Thank
I feel
you.
like.
Mostly I want to leave this situation.
What situation?
Nice.
Bye.
All right, so the two of you are leaving.
Are you staying?
Are you?
I feel like I should go with.
I feel like maybe you shouldn't.
But you weren't invited. And it would be rude of you to go without being invited.
Also,
I mean,
maybe Lucas needs your help.
It's going to be boring. I'm just talking to my insurance company about the fire, so.
I need insurance for the shop.
You already have insurance for the shop.
Oh. Well, past me. Thank you.
Thank you for your hospitality. I hope we do
Can't
not
laugh
need
at
to
that.
leave
I
on
do
much
that
more
too.
note. I'm very grateful, though.
If you need to, my manor is at your disposal.
Thank you.
Good luck with your endeavors today.
And we'll be in touch later.
Of course.
Alrighty, ready?
All right, so the two of you push back and head out.
I need to run up to my room and grab my staff real fast. But
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
Simi, are you staying put? Or are you going to go with?
I was told that I'm not invited, so I have concluded for a very small period of time that I must be a vampire.
As one does.
As one does.
We cut too close in the docks.
Akrai sort of leans over. Are you feeling well?
Felt great.
That doesn't mean she's okay.
And he's going to kind of brush his... Right.
See me
How,
again.
I think
how
you
far
need-
away is she sitting from me?
I mean,
We're at the
was-
table.
I mean, you guys were kind of like all together.
Killian's just gonna reach over and put his, without looking away, he's gonna touch her and cure her of poison.
Whoa. What was in that coffee? Oh, that was strong.
It was halfling.
Halfling?
Yeah.
Irish coffee is now referred to as halfling coffee.
Works for me.
That tracks.
That's,
That tracks.
man, you guys are stout. Dear Lord.
Did you just call me fat?
Well,
No, I called you short.
slightly pudgy.
Lucas,
Yeah.
make a perception check.
Natural 20. For a 18.
You
like-
retroactively learned.
Someone is watching you very directly.
I know.
I'm choosing to ignore it.
And now you're just choosing to ignore it.
Yep.
Okay.
I want you to know I used this tactic in real life with a student once. It worked eventually.
Make an insight check.
It's a little intimidating.
Well, and also it's just annoying
It is
because very low. Not that I care.
Yeah. You haven't noticed that he's noticed.
You don't know that I know that you were looking at me.
I don't know that I care if you know.
Okay.
I'm glad that didn't get a few layers deeper. I'd
So,
really
so
struggled.
Akarai sort of leans in a little bit more. How long can he keep that up?
Oh, this?
Infinitely.
I'm just going to wait until he decides he's going to try and leave, or he
Take
tells me
3.
about something.
Lucas,
Yeah.
talk to the man.
Okay.
So when you turn, it's like a couple inches, and he's got his helmet on. So,
Hi.
are you ready to talk yet?
Remind me what we're supposed to be talking about.
Well, we're going to talk about who you're going to go talk to.
Oh. Well, I figured we need some allies.
Uh-huh.
And if we're trying to restructure, sorry, if we're trying to restructure
Uh-huh.
the whole of the order, it would probably behoove us to see what the opinions of one of the, what the. I wanted to go talk to, see if I can talk to Master Amakir.
And how are you going to do that?
Well, I figured I'd figure it out when I got there.
See, and this is why we're going to discuss this, because
Okay.
I want to walk you through what you just said.
Okay.
My plan is to find the secret leader of the Inquisition, from whom I am wanted, and am a known traitor, who is somewhere in the city.
Yep.
And my plan is to figure out how I'm gonna do that on my way. And my plan is to go by myself.
Yes.
And you don't see how that could possibly end in your death and or dismemberment.
Ah, well, you see, they don't want that.
Why?
Because if I die, then Corel wins.
What?
Well, when I die, Corel gets what she wants, or, a soul complete or whatever.
Yeah, and why do they care about Corel winning?
Well, they don't care about Corel winning, because if the Inquisition, in all its purity of followers of the Empress, may she, whatever,
May she go do whatever.
may she do whatever she's doing in that palace. If they're still true believers, and we inform them that Frosk is not doing good things for the betterment of the Empire, and that Mistress Corel is dealing with dark arts and that sort of stuff, we could team up with them to take both of the darker sides of the Order down to sort of a purification
Okay,
process.
so what happens when they decide that
Whoa.
you're also part of the problem, so they decide to torture you until you give them everything they want and give up all the magic items you have? What's your plan?
Oh, I'll just give all my magic items to Cassius before I go.
So your plan is to just endure torture until they kill you?
If it comes down to it, yes.
Feel like
How about you and I go together and try and see if we can come up with a better plan?
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it safe to say that I should not go on this particular mission, given the nature of my...
I mean, if you're
Person.
trying to stay undercover still, yep. And Killian gonna reach past you and grab something off the table and start eating some bacon.
Okay.
Still watching you, still that close.
Crap. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, back her
No,
up.
not gonna say that.
What can I be doing to help with different... I guess I could reach out and see if Cassius can help us establish like a place to look at
I
down
mean,
by
you-
the docks.
You
Is
could,
that what we talked
and
about?
you can see about using your business as a front for purchasing it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
A warehouse or something?
Yeah. We like the docks area though. That was kind of where we were.
I mean, somewhere centrally located where it won't be suspicious for us to be coming and going. The docks is good because it's easy to set up an escape route.
Okay. Don't let him die.
I'll do my best.
That sounded like a really bad idea. I'm just pitching that out there.
It did. It was
Right,
a...
but I said I'll work on it on the way to wherever I'm going. That's just the rough draft. It could evolve. It could.
What's the likelihood it will?
Defensively, you said that.
I don't know, by the time we get to the other side of the town, I might just decide to go get a cheesecake.
I mean, to be fair, I don't like most of his plan, but I do think we need to try and find and contact the Inquisition at some point. So,
I mean, that part does make sense. Just all
But
of
the
the
worst
rest
person to do it.
yes.
I'm not there.
You are literally someone already on their wanted list.
Only because
There
an
is
evil
already a bounty.
individual, because there's an evil individual who has put me there.
I don't know
I don't
that they
think that
care.
cares.
zealots tend not to care. When given a task, they do it.
Given what I discussed with Doug last night, it sounds like the good inquisitors follow orders.
Well, that's why we go to the head of the Inquisition.
It is never going to stop surprising me that you survived as long as you did on your own,
joke.
and that no one
I've
else
only been
found
going
him.
at it for like 2 months.
No, he was only out for like 24 hours before he got caught.
That's true.
I know.
It was a week.
I'm just impressed he survived that long, and that nobody found him before Simi did.
I'm good at my job.
I mean, yes, but he's not good at hiding.
That's also true. You did not make it difficult.
I got away briefly.
Briefly.
Briefly. I'll take it.
I'll finish your, what is this, third breakfast?
I'm done now. You've ruined my appetite.
That would have been fourth, but it's...
You hear a plate sort of crash against the table, and the little halfling woman is like looking at you wide-eyed, hand over
See
her
what
mouth.
you've done.
Shut up. Let's go.
It'll be back soon, I'm sure.
Oh, good.
He's deathly ill.
Also confirmed, real halfling.
Yes.
No dragon could fake that response.
Yeah.
Okay. So the two of you are going off somewhere, and we'll come back to you in a minute. And you and Akarai are going
To buy a
warehouse
house.
shopping? Or
Warehouse. Yeah.
warehouse, townhouse, something.
We'll also talk to Cassius and see if he knows anybody in the real estate game that is what he would consider like safe.
Well, I think I know. I think I know someone who can assist you. Let me just send her a message, and she can meet you here and walk you down. And she should have a fairly large portfolio of properties that should fit the bill for you.
Good. Thank you.
Probably won't take more than half an hour, 45 minutes.
Lovely.
Okay.
Thank you, Cassius, and thank you for your hospitality.
Of course. And he sort of jots down a note and hands it to Gerald, who promptly heads out to find a runner. For the two of you who have already left the manor.
Do I get shot at immediately as I walk out the doors?
No.
Oh, good.
And this is progress.
We
I-
lost their trail.
I walk out the door and immediately die again.
Oh, I liked to imagine we were going to step out, and just outside, just off the property line, there's all these assassins
Just
and devils,
waiting.
and just waiting, because they're like, we found you.
But I can't do anything yet.
You have to come out eventually.
So, so you guys sort of step off the porch, and you don't use magic, so it doesn't make a huge deal. But for you, there's a little slight sort of
Little tingle.
tingle as your little bit of magic does come back into you.
Actually, probably the moment that we're clear of that, the first time that we're clear of it and my staff hits the ground, boop, there's
Yep.
a sunflower.
Yep.
Oh, looky there.
It's back.
So you being in order, are you like required not to lie? Is that like a set rule?
Yes.
Are you lying now?
No.
I'm not allowed to lie.
Oh. Was that a lie?
If it was, how would you know?
Yeah. Yep.
I hand that back to Keith.
I gave you one at the same
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
And we're only doing one for...
Okay. So you can't. So if you want to like not tell the truth, you just say like, half truths, just withhold information, and go that way?
I mean, I try never to lie as a personal.
Yeah, but I mean, occasionally you might have a need for it.
Yeah, and when it comes to things, I try to be as forthright as I can. But if it is needed to obfuscate information, then a half truth is easier than an outright lie or refusal to speak.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, like me personally is like...
You're just always gonna trust the order now because they can't lie. You just ask them if they're a
No,
cop.
they,
and
yeah,
they have
that's
to tell you.
exactly. No, they have to tell you if they're.
Yeah. See, I
Terrible
don't like
mistake.
straight up lie, but I do withhold information.
That is an unfortunate necessity, especially in. I assume in your line of work as well as in
Yes,
the particular business in which we find ourselves embroiled.
Absolutely.
Yes, making hats is often required
No,
to
this
fit.
is definitely leather.
No, it looks lovely on you. It definitely brings out your eyes.
Does this make me look fat?
Rainstorm in the competitive store.
No,
Who
the
needs
hat
that?
does not make you look fat.
What if I add these gold leaves to it? How would you like that?
No, it's all the fat that makes you look fat.
Interesting.
So, I've actually been meaning to ask you, what are your goals now? This is, I mean, do you intend to stay here running your business for the rest of your life? Or do you have aspirations to something greater?
Well, I do enjoy making hats, obviously. I mean, it's definitely my passion. And, I mean, it's fun. You get creative, and it's an outlet for me. So,
But it's also not the only thing you do. Is that out of necessity or out of desire for more? Are you simply looking for money, or are you looking for a different outlet? An outlet of different passions, as it were.
Oh, I'm always up to exploring new options and try new things, of course. As far as my side business, it's more of I really like collecting things that are generally unique, and this helps me get in the trade of extremely unique items. And I don't know, my whole life I've always had a passion of just acquiring things that's like truly unique. I mean, if you can buy a freaking top hat anywhere, they're a dime a dozen. There's nothing unique about it. It's nothing special. Which is another reason why I like to create hats, because I can truly make every single one of them different.
Artemis looks at you. Are you lying to me right now?
I like that. That is a good outlook. Now, are you open to the idea of other ways to collect unique things? I mean, I believe our host actually was in the business of collecting things for his personal enjoyment.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, he and I are now somewhat business partners, and so some of his unique items will be coming my way.
But it's also my understanding that those are merely passing through your hands, not a true collection, but a...
Well, I find, people are willing to purchase them, of course, but if I'm first in line to see it and I have a desire and I want it, I mean, who's to say I can't purchase it?
Oh, certainly. So, what
It
if...
hits me on the forefront of more unique items.
Oh, that makes sense.
And if I wish to pass, I can find other people.
So, with the damage to your shop,
Yes.
are you planning on turning around and immediately rebuilding?
I'd like to. Depending on how much structural damage was actually done, which I need to get an estimate and all that stuff, which is where I'm headed. Maybe remodeling and change up a little bit.
What would you change if you could?
I need a panic room.
That's fair.
Actually,
I need a fireproof panic room. Because we've seen what fire does.
I realize that I owe you an apology.
For what? I mean, I'll take it, but for what?
It is my understanding after last night that it is my fault that they were able to find your shop. That was not my intention by any means, and I did take both a circuitous route as
Wait,
well
are we
as...
talking about the devils or are we talking about the assassins?
Well, yes, both. It is my understanding that they followed me. I didn't think I was being followed. I did my due diligence, but I apparently missed something, so it is in some part my fault, and for that I apologize. And I will do my best to help with your rebuilding effort.
Well, thank you. Very much appreciated. I'm not overly concerned that they followed you. My concern is why? What were they looking for?
Well, they were looking for Akurai, and he is a
Of course,
known
everybody's-
associate of mine.
Everybody's looking for him.
Mm-hmm. And because of that, they thought if they followed me, they could find him. And unfortunately, in this case, they were correct.
Yeah, that makes sense. I would figure they would follow Simi first, but hey,
But Simi was not walking out of the cloister,
that's true.
which is where they were able to follow me from, it would seem.
You also know from the case file that they don't know her location.
Right.
They just know the lines of communication to get tasks to her.
Gotcha. They also likely don't know where Simi is at any given time.
Okay.
So, and I know this may be a sensitive topic, so if this is something you don't wish to discuss, that is totally fair, and I will let the subject drop. But it is something that has been brought up a number of times, that you...
Yes, I am absolutely crazy.
That was not what I was going to ask. Actually.
Oh,
But
I'm
I'd
sorry.
like to know.
Go on.
Please, go on, go
But
on.
no, actually, since you bring that up,
Says I brought it up.
what do you mean by crazy? There's a lot of... I mean, there's... You did something that was brave, and therefore it was
Not that
crazy
one.
because they would not have been able to do it themselves.
Not
what,
that one.
what do you mean by crazy?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We were in this I think it's a witch's fortress, and it's like all the heavens and hells and cosmos just all imploding in and stuff, and they needed a focal point. So I stepped up with this little vest thingy that I forget what it does. It's a killing invention. You know, who knows what it does. But but I was going to sacrifice my life for the greater good, and you know, something that he couldn't do, of course. But but when I stepped up and I tried, and I was like,
I think that's one way to look at what happened.
and but when I stepped up and I was ready for my ultimate fate, it just kind of spizzled out, and it was like, oh my God, you're so crazy! Why'd you do that? I was like, I'm trying to save everybody, and
Yeah, that's why.
I love your version of events.
I mean, they are now canon for me.
I love that this is...
I see. So you feel like you've lost your purpose?
in a way. So before all that happened, though, actually, I actually lost my brother, and
I'm sorry.
yeah, he was something. Great
He
guy.
was something.
He was something.
Wasn't that a nephew? Weren't you?
Oh no,
What was
brother.
that?
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, no, big age difference because
Yeah.
both adopted.
Yes.
Yes.
But yes, I when we were up in some ice place, like an ice fortress type thing, battling. I think it was a witch or something like that. I can't.
Oh,
It was
no.
a long time
It
ago.
was a mosquito. It was a mosquito.
Well, I know that.
No, no, no. We were in the middle of the frozen
Oh,
glacier
yes.
looking for the witch's
Yes.
tower.
And yeah, just out of nowhere, we got attacked by these like frost mosquitoes, and through strange turn of events, he ended up losing his life. And that was very difficult on all of us. But you know, Killian, he just walked off for a year and don't know what happened to him. And
To be
so
fair, that's also Simeon's canon.
It was not a year.
Oh,
It was not a year. It was like maybe a month or
Oh.
two.
It was 3 months.
hey, who's telling the story?
I know.
Dude?
That's, I just love it.
that's what makes it great.
It's the like, I haven't been fed in hours. It's been 4 minutes.
Yes, and so you know, him being my brother is like I just took on all the responsibility of having to go back and tell our parents how he died, and of course everyone else was pretty shaken up too. So I tried my hardest to be there for them too, and it was very very difficult.
Castian, I'm sorry.
Never have I been more excited for something to eventually like come to light
Right?
and have to suss it all
So
out.
the depression did eventually get to me, and I actually had to go seek professional help for a little while.
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
I had to go seek professional help. Yes.
Wasn't at all that you were shoved
And,
into it
I mean,
forcefully.
They did what they could, and then I got released, and now we're trying to move on.
Conveniently leaves out the part where he tried to kill several people.
Over and over again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. Cassian's like, I don't remember that.
Didn't happen. So, how would you say that? You said, yes, I'm crazy. How do you find that affects you in your day to day? I mean, depression I don't think usually gets classified as madness or crazy.
Well, my depression it made me very angry at the world and just everything, and I was really quick to snap at people and really quick to go off on people, and you know, always. There's so many times I just want to do really bad things to them, and it took everything in my power to hold back.
I see.
And it took quite a good time to overcome that, and of course, you know, the other people they've helped out too, especially Simi. She's been great.
Don't kill the store full of people, Castian.
And her and Cabbage, she really helped me out too.
Excuse.
My friend Cabbage, that's her name.
So
Here's where the crazy part happens.
I was like, and now he believes that you have an imaginary person you talk to named Cabbage.
So as the two of you are walking down the street, sort of having your conversation, the crowds have been getting a little bit thicker as you're traveling through some of the more traveled portions of the city. So the two of you are sort of paying attention to each other and talking, and one of the passersby just sort of knocks into Castian's shoulder accidentally.
I look back, do I recognize?
No. In fact, as you look back, there's not anybody standing there.
As you look back, they are running away.
Is nobody there?
Somebody standing there.
Cabbage is a pirate.
Yeah.
A river pirate.
Yeah, she was traveling with us, but then she left to go be a
Yes.
Oh, you weren't there for yeah, she became a pirate, and then she hooked up with a pirate captain. Now they're lovers.
No, she went back to
No,
I mean, this is a Caspian
Caspian
story.
This is a Castian story.
I
Yeah.
forgot. This is Castian's perspective.
But she gave me this rock like it's a focal point. Whenever if I start imagining bad things happening, or if I get so outraged and I start in my rage I start seeing things that's not there, I use this to focus on, and it brings me back to center.
That's
Does it work?
wise. Okay.
I love that your version now of why he's crazy is
He has an
actually,
imaginary friend named Kevin who's a pirate.
actually the most true thing.
And I just love that.
Entire
I'm sure because I'm sure in your
story.
head there's a head of cabbage and he just talks to it.
Wilson!
Cabbage!
Alas, Cabbage, I knew thee well.
See, it's unfortunate that you weren't here for the part where he could be like, no, yeah, she's a pirate and she sells around with Cabin, our shape-shifting friend.
The giant mimic ship that
Yeah.
started off just with that little coin.
Right.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
But from time to time, I check in with my my therapists and handlers and stuff just to get an update on on what's going on, and they can assess and make sure I'm doing okay.
I think that's wise.
So in fact, I'm actually due to see them here about maybe in a couple of days actually. So we'll see.
Yeah, certainly. And if there's anything I can do to be of help to you, please do let me know.
You could kill Killian for me. That would be very helpful.
Well,
You could commit crime on my behalf.
Ooh.
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, look, we're here.
Yeah. I'm still a little concerned about who ran into my shoulder that I didn't see though.
Oh,
Check your coin purse.
what would you like me to go? Do your check,
This is
man.
weird. Yep, I'm gonna start checking stuff.
Somebody
Anything
missing their
missing?
wallet.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch.
He's missing his testicles.
Oh no, they took my kidney.
Make me an investigation.
Wow, that
check.
was efficient.
That's an amazing sleight of hand check right there.
I would like to sleight of hand his kidney.
That's going to be 23.
23? Okay. Everything seems to be where it's supposed to be. Coin purse isn't any lighter.
Magic
Look in.
items.
You look in, it's still got the right amount of coins. All of your magic items seems to be where they're supposed to be.
Do I still have my cane?
So you still have your cane, so you do reach up for your little pendant rock that you just showed to your friend.
They took your
And then you look down because it doesn't feel right, and that's not the right pendant.
Oh.
What is it?
It's just a rock. And it's not even the same rock. It's a different rock.
Somebody stole your rock.
Some stupid idiot just unleashed
Yep.
the greatest assassin in this, in the closest
I might put
100
that with
miles.
Somewhere there's a street urchin who's trying to figure out what is special about this rock, and he's just going to hear in the distance, "Oh, look, here come the consequence."
What's wrong?
This is not my rock.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
That was the reaction I was hoping for.
Did you already give him one or no?
I mean, not for this.
That
This is not my rock.
This is not my rock.
Sure, it's not.
Are you certain?
I think the streets need to be painted a new color. Okay. Okay.
Yes, urchin red.
Yep. Yep. Okay, first things first, let's go talk to the insurance guy.
I could go look for your Rock, will you talk to the insurance?
I'm not even thinking straight at the moment.
Castian. Oh, what sort of a save is this going to be?
Wisdom?
Make me a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
I stole your rock.
That's it, 8.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Hold on, you know I got inspiration. Let me use one of them.
You do have a lot of inspiration.
That's also an 8.
You're starting to get sort of that red tinged everything. You're kind of going a little bit tunnel vision.
Yeah.
It's not so bad that you're not aware of what's happening, but you can definitely feel yourself starting to hit that edge.
Should we go sit down and I can go see if I can find whoever took your rock?
I need to go for a walk.
Oh, people gonna die now.
Okay. Let's go for a walk then.
Let's go for a walk. And I am going to retrace my steps and.
Pretty sure that's the
do
same rock, right?
Do what?
And then start like investigating and
Okay.
see what I can find.
Okay. We will come back to you guys, but before we step away,
Bonfire.
Castian, it's not an audible voice
Uh-oh.
in your head, but you do get the sense that taking vengeance is the right path.
Yeah, I was like waiting for that.
Finally!
And we will come back to you guys.
Playing Nate's been waiting for this a long time.
All right, Simi and Akarai. You wait about. It's a little bit longer than he told you. You were expecting 45 minutes. Half an hour to 45 minutes. It's closer to an hour before the person that Cassius is hooking you up with actually shows up. She does appear in very fine sort of business attire. Very nice long robe sort of slung over her shoulders, and she comes tapping up the sidewalk in what she is sure to think of as stylish high heels. But they're the heels on them are incredibly tall and incredibly thin, and you've never seen anything like them. And she just comes tap 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 right up the sidewalk.
It makes sense why.
Cassius, darling, how are you? Please tell me that you're ready to put this trashy little manor on the market. I've got just the people who want to buy it from you. Not for me, Dara. It's for this young couple here. They are looking for a place of their own.
Yeah.
What have you done to your feet?
Oh, do you like them? They're fabulous. They're all the rage. I expect that women will be wearing them all the time.
I expect physicians' visits to go up a lot.
Pretend to be a doctor.
Then you're so funny. You're the funny one of the couple. I can see it. Yes. What are you two kids looking for?
What is how does Akarai respond to this?
He's just kind of standing there like blank face.
Over?
Just it was not glazed over. It's just like he's trying his level best to not react to this woman.
Akarai is like, there is nothing I can do that will not be the wrong thing.
So tell me what you're looking for. I absolutely can find something within your budget in whatever part of town you'd like.
Well, we were looking something central, and
Okay.
we need some. What we really would benefit from is business storage with some ability for maybe manufacturing, something like that. So maybe by the docks would be an acceptable.
As you're sort of putting this out, she kind of cuts her eyes to Cassius. It's quite an interesting idea for a love nest, but I'm sure we can find just exactly the right thing for you two. Come along, dears. We'll find it in no time. You know what? I think I've got just the place. Come on. And she sort of puts her arm in yours and one in Akurai's and starts tapping back down the sidewalk. She is a chatterbox, just like mile a minute, trying to sort of pull you out a little bit, but also very obviously completely ignoring whatever you actually say, because she's got her own idea of what the conversation needs to be.
That's okay. Simi is fully distracted by the shoes,
Mm-hmm.
and I am amazed that this woman has not broken her ankles yet.
Yep.
I'm deeply confused by why anyone would do that to their feet.
Yep, absolutely. As you go along, you do see that most of the women are sort of like they're eyeballing the shoes. The fancy sort of upper crust women that you're passing on the streets are just staring in amazement at these shoes, and the ones that have their husbands or boyfriends with them, as you pass, you see them turn back around and start tugging on sleeves and pointing. Akurei, of course, is completely oblivious to the whole thing, doesn't care. He's just trying to keep up with the conversation and having no real good luck doing so at all. She does take you guys down. Now, she goes to the waterfront, but it's not the dockside waterfront. It is the other side of the bay, where there's a whole line of like townhouses that are built up looking out over the bay. Most of them are like row houses, so there's like a long row of them all built side by side. Think the brownstones in New York City. So multiple floors, fairly narrow, but you can kind of tell that they go pretty deep. Most of them have very little, if any, greenery out front. You have no idea what's in the back because you can't see that. And she sort of counts down. It's about 8th in the row. Has one of the. It's got this great big elaborate, like gnomish lock hanging from the front door. And she sort of reaches into this bag that she's got slung over her shoulder and pulls out just a rod. And she looks at it, turns a dial, and the key teeth sort of run through this whole cycle of combinations before they settle in on one. And she walks up to the front door, puts the key in the lock, and turns it. It is the equivalent of a real estate lock on the door is what it is. And she pulls it out and turns the dial, and it goes back to being just a blank rod that she puts back in her purse. And she opens it up, opens the door. Here you are, my lovelies.
Out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
we're real close to the buildings next to us.
Mm-hmm.
If this building were to explode,
And Akurei just kind of looks at you, cocks an eyebrow. Also, by the way,
what's the risk of collateral damage here? I broke Braden.
What the fudge?
I thought you were gonna ask if you could be like, how quiet do we need to keep it? You know, do we need to soundproof it? That is not.
that is
What if
not
it
seamy.
explodes?
That is not seamy. What exactly would you be doing that could cause an explosion, my dear?
What newlyweds?
I don't know. I mean, I'm new to manufacturing my own equipment, and I just want to make sure I'm safe for the neighbors.
Ah! And she just closes the door, snaps the lock. You need something more industrial.
Yes, that's the word.
Okay. Wouldn't have thought you the type, but okay, good for you, sir. And she kind of taps on Akurai's shoulder.
What does that mean? She does. She's like, what?
We have sent the wrong people to do all of the wrong
Yes,
jobs.
yes, you have. Let's
Yeah, I should not be
send
doing
a
this.
negative charisma person in for this.
And we will come back to you.
Yes.
Killian and Lucas. What are you guys getting up to?
So we step outside.
Yep.
And Killian's just gonna look at Lucas.
Both of you feel the tingle of magic coming back to you as you step off the porch.
I cast consecrated armor on myself. And I will attach it so it does double time with a meta magic point. So it lasts for 16 hours.
Okay.
So the whole day, for the most part. And I start walking.
I'm following him. I'm escorting him.
Okay. Where are you
Please
going?
tell me you're disguising yourself.
Of course not.
You're not
course
there.
Of course not. There's a method to this madness.
So where are you going? There's just
The method
madness.
is madness.
There is just madness.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you going?
How do I...
How do I locate the secret leader of the assassins?
How do I do
This
this?
should be simple,
Well,
right?
it should be simple.
Lucas just grabs some random guy off the street. I'm sorry, do you know where the local assassins are?
Hey, Killian. Can I ask you a
Uh-huh.
question?
Of course.
How would one go about doing this?
You know, that's a great question.
First, you have to define what this is.
I think that where we should start is, I don't know. I have no idea how we would go about doing this.
Okay.
Again, the wrong person for the job.
The only thing I could think of would be to try and find, like, use Castian and his underworld contacts, but I don't think they're going to know anything about the Inquisition.
Okay.
Oh, I take that back. I do have another idea, but it's a really bad one.
Yes.
I mean, what we're doing now is a really bad one. So if we
more
we stack
bad than
the
it
two of
needs.
them together, they'll cancel each other out.
Because
How much
that's the
more
way
bag
it
would it be?
works.
Oh, just gonna look around, you know, find us a little secluded spot. There's nobody. Okay. If we can figure out a way to spread rumors that get back to the cloister of where Akurei is, so we set up like a location, then we say that that's what he's like. The Inquisition will probably send people to try and kill him again,
Okay.
and then we can grab them.
Okay.
Or, better yet, if we're good enough, we can tail them back to wherever they go and see if we can't, you know.
Well, I'm
Follow
very
me.
stealthy,
so I think that's a good option. Right.
Of course you are.
Let's go to a cafe. Shall we?
Okay, how are you planning on spreading rumors?
With the rumor spell I have.
Why not?
Okay, hang on. How does this magic work?
Allow me to tell you, with this book I have,
It's
my grimoire. if you
As
were,
it were.
as it were. Let's see. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let's see.
That is the way the alphabet works.
You
Wait,
magically
GR.
it casts a minute. It takes a minute to cast. You magically spread a rumor of 10 words or less. Any creature within range of 100 feet
Nice.
that is near 3 or more other creatures that speak the same language as them believe that they hear the rumor being repeated by someone nearby. Different creatures hear the rumor from different people, so a concrete origin point is impossible to discern. Generally, creatures won't be outright hostile upon hearing even the most vicious rumors, but perhaps a rumor can affect their disposition positively or negatively.
That's there's the little phonetics to know you pronounce it.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Is there a cafe, a pub, a restaurant where lots of members of the order hang out?
There is.
There would be.
Wonderful.
Of
Why are we
course.
just not hearing about this?
One more thing we have
Because we
to
wouldn't want to go there.
one thing we have to decide first. What place do we want to lure them to?
Good question.
Castiel's place.
No.
No, they've already been there.
It's,
You've already
exactly,
been
it's already
there.
been exploded.
Where would be a good place?
Central Park.
Where do we know? Actually, a park's not a bad idea.
We want it to seem believable.
So the two of you, please make me a perception check, please.
4?
Oh, man. Oh, wow.
At least it's not a dirty one.
24.
20. Okay, there you go.
Hey, that's 20 more than me.
So Killian, as the two of you sort of have your heads down together as you're walking,
Huh?
oddly enough, you're starting to hear bits and pieces of scuttlebutt yourself. Something about how all of the hat makers in town at once have had misfortune befall their shops.
An odd coincidence.
By an odd
I
coincidence.
said, what a strange coincidence.
I think mine took the
Who
worst.
could have imagined? Hmm.
Even the odds.
Keith,
Ja?
How upscale was the Prince and the Scribe?
It wasn't fancy, but it was probably on the nicer side of sort of mid-tier.
Do we want to burn that location? Metaphorically speaking, I should probably be that clear when I'm talking to you.
I also want you to be like, metaphorically, I'm not a monster like Castiel.
Oh yeah, you would think that.
I mean,
yeah, he wouldn't. But
What was
We
the?
can always invent a place.
Okay, but no. See, it has to be. We can spread the rumor, right? But just because they hear a rumor doesn't mean they're going to believe the rumor.
Right.
So it needs to be somewhere that they will believe it would make sense for him to hold up. So I'm trying to think if we have encountered anywhere that seems like it would make sense for him to be hiding in. And the only place I can think of is Cassius's manor, which is not the place I want to send them.
Right.
Keith, I have in my notes on the map of the city the Flotsam and Jetsam.
Mm-hmm.
Have we actually been there?
That's where I got captured.
Is
By
that-
you guys?
Is that where that happened?
Yep.
And that was like a seedy tavern on the docks.
I believe so, yeah.
That would work.
That would work. Okay, we know our location where we would like to send them.
Okay, hold on.
Let's go get a rumor started.
Hooray, we can do it multiple times. More the merrier.
Again. Are you
You're
going to
not
disguise yourself now?
Of course.
Okay,
Fool.
I'm just making
I'm
sure.
going into enemy territory. I took it for a reason.
I just want to make sure.
And you could affect anyone within 100 feet.
Everyone within 100 feet.
Oh, everyone within 100 feet.
As long as they're within groups.
Oh.
3 or more.
So does that include you?
Well, I mean, we're already...
But also, we're in a group of 2, not 3. See?
Let me...
Well, do you have to be allies to be considered a group?
You suddenly believe this rumor.
What did you just say? Did you just say the rumor we're spreading? No, I heard it from somebody over there. Really? Somebody over there was saying the exact
Any
rumor?
creature
we're
within
spreading?
range that is near 3 or more other creatures which speak the same language.
Okay.
So... Here we go. So we're gonna go to... whatever, cafe next to the...
Hang on. We have 10 words, right?
We have 10 words.
Okay.
Well, I was...
He was gonna come up with the tower.
Yeah, if you want to come up with the 10 words, I'm just, the cafe that's right. Let's say the Cafe Quill. Sort of. Cafe.
Rio.
No.
Oh, there's a
The
Mexican.
Scarlet Griffin.
Scarlet Griffin. It's a nice cafe that's very close to the cloister and where most people go. From
Really
the
good cheese
cloister.
curds.
Mmm.
It's important as a cafe to have good cheese curds.
Mhm.
If they don't squeak, it doesn't count.
Nope.
They have to be fresh.
They could be. I mean, they could be like the deep fried cheese ball things.
That's true.
Those are. Anyway, I'm making myself hungry again.
And he's just drooling slightly from one side of his mouth.
Okay, how many times can we do this in a day?
Infinite.
And how
With
long?
every 11 minutes.
And how long does the rumor persist?
Permanently.
Okay. Excellent.
And they hear it once.
Right, yep.
Wow.
And then they just know that that rumor exists.
This is wonderful. This is a very
Oh my God.
useful skill.
Why haven't we done this before?
Because we've never needed to start a rumor like this before.
Man, we should be saying rumors all over town.
The problem is we're going into enemy territory
Okay.
to do this.
All right. So you guys cross town because it is close to the cloister. It is sort of like right across the square from the main entrance. Plenty of order members coming and going across the square about other business as well. Assuming that you have cast disguise on
I will
yourself.
disguise myself and I will double the duration as well with a meta magic point as well.
Okay. Trying to think if anyone has at any point seen Killian.
From the order?
I don't think they have.
They have not. I have specifically kept
I don't
myself
think
out
they
of
have.
their business.
Okay.
The one time I was involved, I escaped using smoke grenades.
Yes, you did. Okay, and we're wearing your full armor to boot, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, doubly.
I mean, the armor
Disguise.
is pretty distinctive, though.
It is pretty
Yeah,
distinctive.
it's
Are you wearing it?
Well, so you can... How close do you have to be to cast this? Like, where do you need to be? What's the range on casting your spell? Is it everyone within 100 feet of where you are?
Yes.
Yeah, so we don't even need to be in the cafe. We don't even need to be able to see the cafe.
Well, hold on. Let me just double check visuals.
Or does he have to be able to see the person who is...
I think they at least have to hear me.
Hear me, hear me.
Hear me, hear me.
Wow.
Say-
Plant ideas in
100
your
feet.
brain.
Yeah,
Yelling.
self 100 feet. Just any creature within range.
Wow.
So we could, like,
Has sit
be
back
hiding.
alley.
Yeah, we could be hiding somewhere, and as long as they were within 100 feet, they would be affected.
Okay.
So I think I would probably be in my armor, because I'd be like, no, we'll do this from, like, across the street in a little... you
Well,
know-
across the street is the cloister.
Yeah, no, but like in another
Across
direction.
another street,
Yeah, like
yeah.
so, like there's good distance. We're not actually like walking into the cafe and sitting down to do this. We've got some distance, so I'd
You
probably
just
be
go
in
sit in
my armor.
Castian's warehouse or safe house.
It's
I
not
think
that
Yeah,
close.
it's not that close.
It's not that close. Okay.
Give him a megaphone.
All right. So you guys sort of creep into position I am going to have. I am going to have the two of you roll a group stealth roll.
I will use my active camo. So I get advantage, and anyone trying to see us. I think I get advantage. Let me read.
See you.
Oh, no. Perception checks to see me have disadvantage.
Okay.
And I get advantage because of my shadow ward cloak.
Excuse me.
Thank goodness. $21.
Okay.
22.
Very good. So, sort of averages out to that 21. So, yeah, we will put a pin in that. You guys make your way into position, and you start your casting. And we will come back to you in a moment. Castian and Artemis. You are starting your, you sort of backtracking and trying to find
I don't know if I trust that.
where your pendant rock might have gone.
I'm still pretty sure it's the same rock.
Make me an investigation check.
I get a minimum of 16. So
That's right. Reliable talent.
yeah, investigation 6.
Is this one that I can roll on as well if we're trying to find him?
18.
Find an urchin who might have stolen
Yes,
something?
but you'll be at disadvantage because A, you don't believe him, and B, you think it's the same rock around his neck.
That's
18.
fair.
18. Okay.
If anybody is suspicious, that's a 19.
Okay.
And then again, if I didn't see him, maybe I'm being set up.
Maybe I stole it.
You are now enemy number one, Craig. Choose your words carefully.
No, I'm just looking for urchins.
Hey, look at the pretty flowers. Stab, stab, stab.
You get the 10 words.
So kind of across the street from where you were when you sort of felt the nudge, you do see a sort of this narrow alleyway that goes down between a couple of the houses. You're not real sure exactly where it goes because it does, because of the height of the houses on either side. At this point in the day, it's fairly deep shadows.
Is the alley covered or is it open?
It's covered.
It is covered.
It is covered.
Damn.
And you can only see. I mean, you can't really see down it beyond just the fact that it's really dark and it's kind of shadowy.
Yeah.
But you do see that it sort of curves off to one side, about 20-25 feet in. So you can't even see
Okay.
all the way down it.
Okay. That's good. I'll start heading in that direction.
Okay.
Are you going to go follow?
I mean, I'm sticking with you. I will. Okay, so it has to be an object. Okay. One moment. And he's just gonna sort of like tap at your chest, and the rock that you are claiming is not your rock. He's gonna cast the light cantrip on it, so that we can see in a little better. Because I don't have dark vision.
That gives it what?
It sheds bright light
20.
in 20.
Yeah, so
and
20
then
bright, 20
for
dim.
another 20.
Okay. So out on the street doesn't do a whole lot, but as you approach the alleyway, it does start to sort of light up the darkness. It is
Okay.
exactly what you would expect an alleyway to be. It is not paved between these buildings, and it's an area that doesn't look like it gets a lot of drainage, so it's kind of muddy and pretty gross. There's a couple of spots where it looks like chamber pots have been emptied from the houses on either side. There are trash receptacles that are not doing a great job of receiving trash, mainly because they're over on their sides and trash is still being piled atop them.
I think I stepped in something.
Yep, I think you did.
Okay. As far as like windows, the doors open, anything like that?
Not at the
Or
moment.
shutters?
No. So at the moment, shutters are flung open, but windows themselves are pulled closed.
Okay. I'm going to keep an eye out for anything that moves in my peripheral.
Okay.
And anything that's going to stand out. Looking for chucks is not going to be helpful right here.
Not particularly. Though if you want to walk, down that way, it will light up so that I can see. And I can Mario jump back and forth between the sides because I don't want to step in that.
I'm already ankle deep in shit, so let's go.
Alright. I will wait till he gets down a little ways.
I will
so
make
that I
sure
can see,
that
and
my
then I
boots
will.
stay on my feet, though.
Okay.
Because I do not want to be stepping in it with my feet.
Yep.
So I'm going to head around the corner.
Okay.
Anybody there?
So as you head down the alleyway and you turn the corner, you do see that it sort of zigs back the other direction and just keeps going. You're not seeing anybody sort of in your field of view for the moment. More of the same. Once you turn the corner, it does sort of dry out and sort of become more solid, more firm footing. Back in this part of the alleyway, there's like laundry hanging off of the lines, and
I'll slide down.
and little window boxes that have some very sad-looking plants trying their very best to grow.
Okay.
I start walking, pull out my little water skin and just.
You're too good.
So
Plants.
Castian, the deeper into the alleyway you go, the stronger the sense of vengeance becomes inside you.
He's gonna kill a kid.
Or it doesn't have to be a child.
It
Well,
could
it will
be
be.
a halfling, right?
As
No,
you
they're definitely adult halfling, not a.
so you go around
13-year-old
this
child.
you go around the
Yes.
second corner, and the alleyway runs for about 30 feet before it opens up into a you kind of recognize the architectural feature. You've not been in this particular one, but this is a sort of central courtyard behind all of the houses that surround the block.
Okay.
So you came in on one side, and there are 3 additional exits leading the other 3 directions off of this little courtyard.
Okay.
Sort of right in the center is a communal well, it looks like, for people in the surrounding areas to be able to use to draw water from.
Alright.
Sunflower.
Still no people around?
Still no people.
Okay.
I mean, they could live in any one of those houses.
So in this courtyard, is that open area? Or is it all still covered?
And the courtyard is open to the sky.
Okay.
I think we're kind of at a dead end here. But Lucas might be able to do something, but.
I'm sorry, I completely misheard you. I thought you said Belucas. I was like, what's a Belucas?
A beluga.
Beluga, okay. Lucas, yes.
I'm not that fat.
No.
I'm just big bound.
All right, Hagrid.
Looking down the other exits, it looks like the way I came in, essentially.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I'm really not getting anything out of this.
Use your new vengeance sense and go walk by each of the aisles. I think this is kind of a dead end. We could ask Lucas, or you could ask Cabbage or something.
Cabbage is not in town at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Cabbage is not here.
Ask your
Cabbage is not in for the day.
There is no cabbage, only Zool. Okay. Yeah, given that it's a dead end, I'm just gonna
Sorry.
walk the perimeter and just see if anything stands out, but my hopes are kind of dashed at the moment.
Sorry, I can't be of more help.
Okay.
As I walk by, do I get any feelings?
Okay.
Spidey sense.
So you go by. Which way are you going? Clockwise or counterclockwise?
I would start at the right and go counterclockwise.
Okay. So you go by the first alleyway. Can't really tell anything. Can't really sense anything. You go by the second one. Same deal. Not really sensing anything. You get to the third one. And all of the sounds of the city around you fade into nothing.
Oh, we be screwed.
You look out. Well, you look back to Artemis.
Yeah.
Artemis is sort of frozen in place, doing whatever it was that he was doing.
Is that feeding another little plant?
Oh, jeez.
And
Player Nate's having a flashback to his
and you-
certain uncle.
You you glance down this alleyway, and it does another one of those sort of weird zigzag things. So it goes about 30 feet, and it turns a corner. And standing right there at that corner is a tall, sort of shadowy figure, holding one finger out, and dangling from it is a very familiar chain. And you can't.
I don't like it.
You cannot see features. All you're getting is a silhouette.
I was gonna ask if the figure was familiar.
It's just a silhouette.
Stab it. Or hear me out.
And
Light it
as
on
you
fire.
as you watch, it goes around the corner.
Go around the corner and light it on fire.
Of note, time is still frozen around you.
What did you find?
The god of vengeance.
Yeah.
The god of vengeance.
Nope.
What are you doing? It's frozen like that.
Watering.
He's watering
Yeah,
plants.
he's watering, and the water stream is just sort of frozen in midair. There's a pigeon sort of mid-flap, flapping across the air.
Do I get back up or do I run now?
I mean, do you know how to restart time?
I do not.
Might dictate some of your actions.
You just
here.
go
Well-
slap Artemis.
Rolling confirms. I'm gonna run after him without.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you go down the
He just ends up with a really bad.
you go
headache.
down the
Like, I feel like
the
someone just
alleyway.
shot me.
turn the corner, and
And
you
at this point, I am fully running.
as you grab the corner to help you go, to help you make the turn, and the alleyway is not there. And you sort of go around the corner and into this sort of null space. There is you fall into like nothing,
Like a void?
just a void. There is like clouds, like nebula clouds all around you. There's nothing at
Is
your
it
feet.
similar to what I saw facing the queen?
Pretty similar, yeah.
Similar.
Pretty similar. And as you go around the corner and pop into that void space, Artemis, time starts back up, and you look around and realize you have lost your charge.
Dang it.
Go.
That was fast.
You had the easiest one.
And we will come back to you guys in a minute.
You were faster than him. You were stronger than him. Still couldn't keep ahead of him.
So,
Yeah, one job.
Simi and Akurai with Darla wind up at a sort of nondescript building. She has taken you across the river. It is riverside. It is not by the bay, although it is close to where the river widens out. But it is riverfront, not bayside. And she leads you to sort of an industrial-ish looking building. It looks like it might have been one of those buildings that's got street level shop space, and looks like it might have at one point in its life been some sort of textile warehouse.
Put out of business because of
Put out of business because of other events. There's a sign sort of hanging street side on a set of stairs that leads up into the building for rent.
Okay.
Um,
And it's like on its own. It's not sandwiched right next to it.
Yeah, there's alleyways on both sides of it, so it's on its own, but it is sort of. It's also a lot bigger space, just of itself. It looks like there might be three or four separate shops, although a couple of them look like they might at further back in the building actually be joined up. She pulls out her little real estate agent's key and dials it in and unlocks the door and ushers you guys in. You go up. You actually go up. She takes you up to the top floor and sort of pulls back this big, heavy warehouse door and steps you into a loft apartment. Make me a perception check real quick.
It's a mimic.
This. Let's try this one. That's
Or is
better.
it probably halfway up?
Perception. Oh, perception. I have a +10 now, so that's a 24.
24. Okay. She doesn't point them out, but in the area that you kind of would, you're sort of already in your brain, sort of setting it aside as a bedroom space. I mean, it's a loft, so it's wide open, sort of free form. There is a little area that's been set aside for food preparation and communal dining and what have you, but it's otherwise sort of a blank canvas. But this one spot that your brain is already screaming at you, that's where whoever lives here sleeps. You notice very sort of prominently on the walls, enormous, heavy, sturdy D-rings.
What?
hard points.
Hard points. Yeah.
Way to make it weird, Keith.
That was the conclusion she drew about your relationship with Akurai.
Yep. When she was like, "Oh, that's what you want," I was like, "Well, this can go one of only two ways."
It sounds perfect.
Now, the apartment itself has lots of big windows, lots of natural light. It does look over the river.
Oh, good. So we could jump out it into the river to escape.
Well, I mean, it's across the street from the river, so it's like the road runs right by the riverside, and it's on the inland side of that. But nice big windows that look out over the river. Lots of space. This particular one on the top floor doesn't go the full width of the building, so there is actually even large doors out to the rooftop, to a little rooftop seating area terrace.
Rooftop access is good for us.
So you've got that going for it. No, it does. There are a couple of other apartments down below. They are also looking for renters. So if you happen to know anybody, just let them know, and we can get them set up with that. We're also looking for tenants for the ground floor. I hope you don't mind, but there will be shops down there that got to make some money on the building in any way we possibly can.
Is this all empty right now?
Well, we do have an option for one of the shops. Haven't finalized the deal yet, but it's going to be one of the hat shops. All of the hat shops in town have had terrible luck lately, and one of them came to me. He just needed a new space while his old space sort of dries out and they get all the mold out. It was really awful. It was really terrible. So we're gonna have one of them in the ground floor, but the rest of the apartments are clear. You guys can do whatever you want up here. Make as much noise as you want, completely free of any judgment whatsoever from your neighbors, because at the moment you don't have it.
It sounds perfect.
Thank you. That sounds wonderful. I'll need to discuss with some of
Your investors.
I'll need to discuss with a couple of people, but I'll.
You see the wheels turning
Yeah,
behind her eyes. It's like,
It's just,
oh.
You are
one
a
of
dog for
those.
hire.
We can use the hard points to interrogate people.
Can be very flexible with the price.
Okay.
It can be flexible about a lot of things.
Are you hitting on me right now?
I mean, I can be.
Yeah,
Do you want
Cassius.
me to be hitting on you?
At this point, Ackrise just sort of looks
yeah.
and goes out onto the main terrace.
Again, Ackroyd looked at the situation and realized
There's no
nothing I
right
can do
answer.
that is not the wrong thing. That was the least wrong thing of my options.
Tell you what, just talk it over with your hubby there, and we can come to some sort of arrangement. I will give here, and she's gonna reach into the top of her dress and pull out a business card.
Yuck.
There you go. Let me know when you reach a decision. I'll give you guys a little bit to look over the space, talk about how you want to
Feel it out.
to decorate the space, and I will be right back. And she's gonna turn and sort of see herself out, and you can hear her shoes tap 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 down the stairs. Ackroyd sort of leans back in.
Is she
Is she gone?
What the hell just happened?
And he busts out laughing. I think we may have given her the wrong impression. Which, if we're looking for a place to hide out, that's not a bad thing.
Except I think she wants to be here now.
Well, I mean, we don't have to invite her.
Yeah, no.
Fair enough.
This is a hideout for our people. You're going to be at the castle mainly, right?
I mean, that was the plan, yes.
Oh God, I'm the only female in this group of people.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, and all of the comings and goings will be mostly male.
Oh, jeez. This is gonna look great. Wonderful. Well, shall we look around?
You have to laugh. It is funny.
Is it?
Laugh or
Yes.
cry, you decide.
You can either laugh at the situation and laugh at the misunderstanding, or you can let it bother you. And I choose laughter whenever possible.
Okay. Okay. I mean, there have been a lot worse things that have happened in my existence. This
There
is
have.
Just, I just don't know how to process this. This is a weird one.
It's okay. And he's just gonna kind of reach out and give you physical presence and physical assurance. It's okay.
Does this mean that this is now our cover?
I mean, there are worse covers, I
Life gives you
suppose.
lemons.
I mean, what are the odds that the Order's going to be looking for us in a place that has this kind of reputation?
Touche. Okay, so we're gonna look around. Like, with the apartments downstairs, does it look like there would be plenty of space for?
Yeah, so it does look like so the bottom, the second floor. So the one she showed you is the sort of the penthouse. Second floor is actually divided up into 4 different loft apartments. There is a hallway that sort of runs the whole width of the building, with 2 on either side. So 2 face the river, 2 would open up into the central courtyard behind the building. All of them are, pretty good sized loft apartments. 700, 800 square feet each, easy. So, I mean, since there's no internal divisions, it's actually a pretty good sized space. If a single person or a couple or something were looking at a space, it'd be nice. So it's plenty of space for what you think you kind of envision you guys using the safe house-ish thing for.
Like adopting all of those?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have the funds for it from my business ventures?
Well, given how flexible she is, it
I'm sure she's willing to work something out.
Tit for tat.
You-
as it were.
Tit for tat for her. A tit for that.
It would be possible. Again, you would have to get creative with some of the bookkeeping. You wouldn't necessarily want your company on the hook for all of them, but you could certainly, cash out some money from your cover business and funnel it through some places and probably afford the whole thing. Yes.
Creative bookkeeping.
Creative bookkeeping, yes.
Embezzlement.
Luckily, you happen to know the bank, so
That's true.
it's not super hard to launder money.
Great. Great.
No. Get that gleam out of your eye.
Not Artemis.
I was talking about
If
it.
Rain was here.
So yeah, you could do it. If you could get some of the others of the group to pitch in as well, that would help. That would help things out.
Okay. So
So about 10, 15 minutes later, you hear the tap, 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 tap of her shoes coming back up.
she's gonna
Before
die by
she-
those things one day.
Before she gets there, Akai sort of slides up to you. He's like, "So we doing this?"
I think so. I can at least have her starting paperwork and stuff like that, and
Okay.
talk to everybody else. And if I need to, I can just
Okay.
no problem.
I assume we're not giving real names.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Okay. Just making sure.
The way Simi says that, it sounds like Simi was like, "You're totally gonna use real names." Until he said that, she's like, "No, of course not. Why would we do that?"
So,
Of course,
just
my
so
name
we're on the
is
same page,
Samantha.
what names are we giving?
Oh yeah, I guess I need one with you now too, huh?
Smith.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I guess the Rysla one, the Rysla hasn't been blown, has it?
Wisely
Not
Emirath.
that I'm aware of. But
It
I'm
is attached.
not the person really to ask about.
And it is
It's
attached,
attached
to
to
your
the
business.
other one, so I still need another.
And you have May.
What?
You have May.
That's true.
I have to make use of these in 3 different places.
Okay. Well, if we're running with this whole thing, I guess I could be May Nightshade.
Mistress May
That is absolutely a stripper name.
All right.
Mr. Nightshade?
Okay. I can remember that. Cooper.
Cooper Nightshade. I am bothered by all of this very much. Don't you laugh. Don't you laugh. This is not funny. Don't
Right
you
as she
laugh.
walks in.
And Darla walks in. So what do we think?
I think that we will accept your offer.
Which one?
Oh yeah, sorry. Not ready for that one yet.
It's a shame.
Property.
She does sort of put on this very obvious, very flirty pout, knowing that you see right through it.
Oh, so sorry.
It's all right, dear. So we're ready to start the paperwork on this.
Yes, and I believe that I have other tenants for the downstairs apartments as
Excellent.
well.
Do be sure to give them my information. I'll be happy to walk anyone through, or we can just do the paperwork if they're happy with your inspection. So,
Maybe go ahead and start the paperwork.
can do. I like the can do attitude. Yes, yes. We'll get this thing done. Absolutely.
Great.
All right. Well, if you're happy with it, then let's go back to my office and get the paperwork started.
Wonderful.
After you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And she will usher you guys out, lock the door behind her, and you guys are heading off to her office.
To do mortgage paperwork.
All right. So my gossipy friends.
It is us. Gossiping.
Gossiping. And you are casting a spell.
With several years.
No. We have to use 2 of those in different places.
Okay.
Just the first one.
So the first one.
Sorry,
Okay.
I left, yeah.
So you are casting your spell.
roll
What components does that have? Like
Oh, right. Verbal and semantic.
all right.
Yeah.
What are you doing to attempt to hide the fact that you are casting a spell?
Oh, that's easy.
Metamagic?
Metamagic. I'm
Oh.
just gonna do it silently.
Okay. All right. So you cast the spell.
Yes. And so in anyone within 100 feet
Mm-hmm.
will know the rumor, and I will get this to you.
Mm-hmm.
Man in order robes was in Flotsam and Jetsam yesterday.
Man in. Well,
We counted.
Man in order robes was in Flotsam and Jetsam yesterday.
very good. Okay. All right, so that rumor starts spreading
Perfect.
Now,
and
Keith,
percolating.
we need to go somewhere else and do this again.
Okay.
We need to go to wherever the City Watch hangs out near the docks.
Is there like a guardhouse?
Or like a pub that they tend to frequent, or...
Bless you.
So there is a there's the equivalent of a cop bar.
Excellent.
And it is called the Thief Catcher.
Of course it
Oh my
is.
gosh. I hate it already.
Okay, we're going to do the same thing we just did,
Okay.
but there, and with a different rumor.
Oh, magic point of silence. Man fled from markets to dock last night.
Okay.
That percolates within the guardhouse.
Okay.
Or sorry, the thief catcher pub.
Okay.
Now we need to go to the Flotsam and Jetsam.
Okay. Go to the Flotsam and Jetsam.
Okay.
And then that's the same story, but this is the third rumor.
Yes. I'm going to I can't use a magic point this one because I already have used all of my meta magic points.
So we'll have to find a really good secluded hiding spot.
And climb up on the roof.
Okay. Do make me a stealth roll
Okay.
while you are trying to hide what you are doing.
26.
Okay. So you're able to hide what you're doing.
And the final rumor. Order person is coming and going from the back room.
Okay. All right, and I
It's
will.
me.
If you will give me a copy of those rumors, please,
Yeah, I'm just gonna write
so that
that
I
down.
can work those into
Yep.
my notes for next time.
Dragon Ball Z.
So if my plan works, that should be enough for them to put the pieces together, but not seem suspicious, because it's not just a rumor that says, Akorai's hiding here, come get him.
All right.
Well done. Well done.
Good job. What are you guys? What are you guys? So from the Flotsam and Jetsam, what are you guys planning to do?
Lunch.
Of course. Of course. Are you having lunch in the Flotsam and Jetsam?
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Okay. Heavy on the seafood. Heavy on the nautical
Shrimp.
atmosphere and theme, as one would expect, and heavy on this the sort of grog style stiff drinks.
Keith, are there any rumors floating around this pub?
As a matter of fact,
There is one.
there is at least one. But we will come back to you guys later.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Artemis,
Way to go.
what you doing?
I'm gonna go look down the alleyway.
Which one?
Which one?
The one that he was closest to when I...
Okay. So you look down the alleyway. You don't see him.
Damn it. Plant a sunflower. And now I cannot see down the alleyway because my light source is gone.
Okay.
You can't cast it again.
I don't think so. I think that's a once... Yeah, that's a once a day.
I mean,
Although the courtyard's out in the open. though.
the courtyard is out in the open. So there is there is light coming in, and there's also like this one's not as covered as previous ones. So there's filtered sunlight getting down there. So it's
I'm
not
not
like
immediately gonna step in somebody's pile of...
yeah, no.
I mean, as long as it's not an immediate thing, I'll
Okay.
walk down the alleyway.
So you walk down the alleyway, you turn the corner, You walk a little bit, you turn the other corner, and you see the street out beyond.
First, I lead people back to the hideout, then I lose the crazy person. Oh boy.
Batting 1,000.
Batting
How are you gonna explain this one?
All right.
Well, he can't lie. Remember, he's in the order.
And I don't even have a good place to go back to you guys because we didn't have a solid plan. I guess I'm going back to Cassius's. 'Cause
Yeah, I assumed we were going to rendezvous back
Yeah.
there.
Okay. So you wander out of the alleyway, get your bearings, figure out which way you need to go to get back to Cassius's,
he's just sort of like rubbing his temples most
and
of the
head
way.
that direction. Castian.
Yeah, I'm making my questions.
So you are floating in the void, although you do, even though there is nothing beneath your feet, you feel like you are standing on something solid.
Okay.
You are essentially in a nebula
Pretty.
with pretty colors and the void of space all around. And as you sort of take in where you are, you sort of glance around, and as you turn back to face forward, there is that shadowy figure standing there holding your necklace. Looking for this?
Reach out for it.
I mean, look, they let you take it.
They.
It.
It.
They.
They, them, all them.
Mhm.
Okay.
You're,
I know you, don't I? No, I've seen you before.
you have.
So-
And at that, the sort of silhouette effect sort of drops away, and you see a you do see a familiar figure. I don't know that have you like exchanged like names? Have you spoken to this
No.
person before?
No.
Okay.
The only
I-
contact I had was
I think Vengeance is the only one we haven't had a conversation with.
Well, yeah.
so the only contact I had
that sheet
was
with the-
when I killed the I think it was a fire ogre or something like that.
Mhm.
I got the sound in my
Mhm.
head, and then I saw him. I saw them all from a distance when we were fighting the queen, and then just recently when I had the voice in my
That's
head.
the rumor page.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Thank you.
So those are the only things, but never actual direct contact. Well, exchange.
All right. I need to.
yeah, no, you can hold on to that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what is the God of Vengeance's name?
I don't know.
Trouble.
We've never.
You don't know.
He's the only one we haven't had a conversation with.
Yeah.
Of all of the gods we've dealt with. Could you talk with life and death
And order.
and order?
I feel honored.
You
that God is
talked to
talking to me
Zoigan.
now.
We've talked with
We can pass out.
With Venus.
Vinas, and we've talked with
So as the silhouette fades away, what is revealed is a female figure, and she has sort of assumed almost an elven shape, long
expecting that.
long pointy ears,
I mean, to be fair,
very sort of very shapely and slender. The dress that she is wearing is like shot through with what looks like tiny points of starlight, and it is like it is shimmering in a way that makes it look like the universe that is being represented is just sort of flexing and moving.
Okay.
of all of the gods, she's the most presentable, at least.
I guess the first question is, what do I call you?
You can call me Aaron. It's Aern. Aaron.
Aaron. Okay.
or Mistress Vengeance, whichever strikes your fancy. I know which one I like, but I won't make choices for you.
Mistress Vengeance. She
Mistress
should be
Vengeance,
working.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in your little dom house.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got that.
You made contact with me before. Why
Yeah?
did it take you so long to contact me again? And why now?
Perhaps you hadn't proven yourself yet.
Fair enough.
I'm impressed by your admittedly juvenile efforts at taking vengeance recently.
When you say juvenile efforts, I call it improvising and no structure learning.
To be fair, you were under watch for most of those, so...
I'll give you points for creativity. Let's put it that way. But there's so much more to vengeance than petty destruction of property.
This is another god that needs to die.
Yep.
I wanted to do more, but someone was watching me.
Oh yes, that pesky avatar of justice.
There's that word again.
Yes, I call her Simi.
Oh.
She does.
Is she really?
She's the avatar of justice.
She is Simi.
Ironic that justice has no name.
I don't know about the justice part, but the person who was with me, like I say, for the longest time, honestly, you're the first guy that's ever talked to me. So I really have absolutely no idea what's going on. Speaking of which, to my understanding, it seems the gods are at war with each other.
That's
That's only true when we talk about Imus.
that's so melodramatic. War is war as you know it is nothing like what is happening. We are at odds, but some would say our eldest brother likes it that way. It keeps things in, I can't even believe I'm saying this, balance.
Balance. Yeah. Yes, the balance. So out of curiosity, like what's your end game with the gods?
What makes you think I have an end game? I like playing the game. My, I like to poke my opposite. I like to twist his ideal into mine.
I can relate.
I bet you
can
can.
relate.
Yes. Yes, any chance I get to stick it to Vinas and turn his precious justice to vengeance, I will take it. Oh, Zoigan. Yes, sorry. That was... Never mind.
Yep.
Sorry.
There's secretly two gods of justice!
Excuse me. Sorry. I have too many gods.
Hey, you call yourself a god.
Right? Yeah, any chance I get to twist Zoigan's precious justice into vengeance, I revel in
I
that.
briefly met. Oh yeah, actually, I take that back. I briefly met him once. He was.
Isn't he just a prick?
He is very odd indeed.
She's not wrong.
Always so full of himself. Justice this, justice that. It served him right to be taken down a peg or two. I can't believe they managed to...
He literally got taken down. He like fell
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And...
into Simi's bed.
Oh, really? He never told us that part.
He wouldn't.
I would leave that part out too.
Well, we'll have some interesting little gossip the next time we nine get together.
Okay, fair enough. So one of the persons I've been traveling with, his name is Killian.
Oh, I'm glad.
Take away his power.
Yes.
He's been talking to the other gods.
Yes, he has.
I take it you don't like him poking his nose in god business?
I don't mind mortals poking in. We gods do need our champions and avatars after all, but he should just pick one.
Yes!
I mean,
Exactly!
she's not wrong. She's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
You put in like 9 applications.
Honestly, he comes off as desperate at times.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
You get me.
Get me.
Keith, this is freaking awesome.
This is the first person that's feeding your mad
Yes.
thinking.
Yep. Of course, when I get back, I'm thinking, am I really going bad? But, okay. No, yes, absolutely. You should just pick one and stay dedicated to that one and be done with it. It's like, from what I gathered, now correct me if I'm wrong on this, Lance, if it's not public knowledge, but the gods, all of you yourselves were once mortal, yes? Is that public knowledge?
Ish.
Ish.
I know that they were not. So what Killian said was it sounded like they were not always the. I don't know. Saying they were mortal might actually make sense because it was like it was that weird like vessel and power thing where we know that the vessels have changed at some point.
Yeah.
I will also say Zoigan did let slip that when he was mortal, he was just like, I haven't been like this in a long time.
That is true.
That's
Yeah,
true.
okay,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
we could have made that
Yeah.
assumption and.
Okay.
And I think there has been some discussion about their natures pre-godhood.
Yeah, and we know that
I'm pretty sure
we know that
was-
at least some of them were changelings,
was
and we
discussed.
think all of them were changelings.
Yes, you're not wrong. We used to be as you are. That was a very long time ago.
So my question is like, why were you chosen? Is it because you just proved yourself?
Why was
to
I?
Did you just prove yourself to the previous one, and they just passed the torch?
Something like that.
So I guess the other question is, how much longer are you gonna be in the game? Not that I'm trying to play. I'm just curious. Like, how much longer do you want to?
What's
be in
your
the game?
expiration date?
How do I kill you?
I did not say that.
I'm
I did not
looking
say
for a
that.
job, and you're in the position I
Here's my
currently want.
resume.
My, aren't we an ambitious one?
Well, I have
like
like
that.
look, I have like a million questions, and this is the first time I'm actually able to
That's fair.
ask.
This is your first God conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fair. I was curious at the start myself. I think we all were. But you don't get all the questions right at the start. Unfortunately, you have to have some patience.
I have to earn
Some
it.
some things have to be earned. Yes.
Fair enough. Is there any way I can contact you directly?
Ooh.
And with that, how often?
Be very careful how you answer this, Keith.
How many minutes?
What got us into trouble last time.
I know my brothers and sisters have been somewhat chatty with you lot lately.
Well, with them.
Hey, I haven't talked to Zoe in a minute.
Largely, that was because
We were the only ones who get
Vinos
stuff
was
done.
not around to keep things in line, and things got a little.
Who knows?
Give me that list. Clearly, I'm missing it.
It's fine.
It's fine.
That's a
It's
good one.
fine. I keep.
I think Dunos is light.
I also
I love the
No,
sheer
Dunos-
amount of
No, Dunos is
sticky notes
balanced.
you have.
Venus, I
Venus
think,
is
light.
civilization.
Is it? Yeah, Venus is civilization.
That was Mizuki.
Also, Keith, I just love to imagine that the reason they were chatty at first was because they finally were like, we, yeah, what is going on? Holy shit, everything's on fire!
Yeah, pretty much.
Everything's on fire!
Oh,
thought
so
you
it's
were
the anthill!
Yeah. So let's read it as read. She
Okay.
said the right
Weren't you
name.
gonna feed them?
Um,
I thought you were feeding them.
We've all sort of been roped back into our responsibilities, and we're trying to get things back in some semblance of. I can't say order. Balance. Ugh. Back the way it's supposed to be. Let's just put it that way.
Fair enough.
I just had a few fleeting moments that I felt like we should meet.
Okay.
Can't make a habit of this, love.
Well, I understand that. I mean, in my experience and in my lifetime, it just seems like praying doesn't do anything. So.
It didn't for me either.
So I'm just saying, like, is there a way I could contact you? It definitely would be a very rare occasion, and maybe
I'll be
emergency
watching.
only. Okay.
I'll be watching. And if I feel it's something I need to step in for, to prod you in the right direction, I will. But don't count on it, darling. I'm much too busy.
A lot of vengeance to go around.
Fair enough. Last question. Is Alma here?
Spoilers. Yes, I think you'll do nicely. And she sort of slides up to you, leans down, plants her lips on your forehead, and as she pulls away, you're back in the alley.
Ah! Where am I stepping in?
At the office. You are now Jafar.
Seems like she's got her shit together of all of the other ones we've met. She's
Alrighty.
better
And
interest
as you
than any
look
of them.
around, you do realize you are out of sight of the courtyard, and you are out of sight of the street as well. So you're sort of in that middle sort of little jag of
Alrighty.
the alleyway.
I am going to use my message for him
How close do you have to be?
within a mile. Would he be within a mile in that time?
How long has it been?
You're probably you probably haven't even made it down the block yet.
No message. Artemis, where
Who's
are
it
you?
then?
It's Cassian.
Must have been the wind.
I'm in your head. Don't.
It's Cassian.
Don't freak out.
Where are
This is
you?
Wakachan speaking.
So out loud, he's like, "What do you mean?
Where are you? Are you still in the courtyard?
Where? No. Where are you?"
I'm headed back to the courtyard with the well.
I'll be right there.
When you get there, you do see him standing there.
And I still got my light going.
He's got sort of an unusually, like, unnaturally dark set of shadows around his eyes.
Did you
And
sleep all right?
and no, it's like it's almost like think a Lone Ranger mask.
In my brain, it's like the reverse of how noir films do the thing where they like cast the white just on the eyes. It's
Yeah,
just the opposite of
basically,
that. It's just a
basically,
permanent
yeah,
shadow.
it's basically that. There is also
He's been blessed by the raccoon god.
actually
Yes.
make me a perception check for
He's
this
now
one
champion
last
of
little
trash.
Champion of trash.
23.
bit. 23. It's really faint and it's fading even as you watch it. There's a set of lip prints right in the middle of his forehead.
Got a man too, Bruce.
Yep.
You got a Marsha Bruce.
What?
We
That-
should go for a walk.
The less I know, the better.
We should go for a walk.
Okay.
Let's get out of here.
Did you find your rock? Your cabbage rock?
I did actually.
Okay. All right.
And as you look at it, you can actually now tell that there is a difference between what
Well,
was
his
around.
His is like really bright right now.
Yeah.
So like.
But yeah, it is different.
Okay. I'm glad you found it. No more questions.
So the
Alright.
message
One
was.
thing.
So as you
Do not
step,
ask.
so as you step out into the daylight, the mask effect around his eyes does diminish, but it does not disappear. And you are the only one that seems to notice it.
I will leave it
know 'cause
alone.
I haven't seen myself, so
Exactly.
yeah.
And with that, I think we have reached a wrapping up point for the night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Laid some threads to some new plot hooks and threads that we can pull on. We will be back next time to see you all here, and hope that you join us for our shenanigans and what goes on in this happy little game of ours. We do try to stream every Monday night at 6:30 Mountain Time. Leave that up to you to determine when it is. But if we ever change that, we will let you guys know using our Discord server. So be sure you are tapped into that. We try to make sure that if there's any changes to the schedules, we let you know there. Not as great about it as I should be. Sorry, but we do use Discord for that. All of our video content does also wind up on the YouTube channel, so be sure that you are looking there as well. And I am going to see about raiding out tonight if I can remember how to do this.
So we've got, in art, we've got Griffin. We've also got Creaturies making green folk masks.
Okay.
If we wanted to do D&D, Behold Roleplay and Encounter Tabletop are both on and have reasonably low, views right now.
I think let's drop in on Griffey, because we haven't talked to her in a minute. See if I can find her. I'm following.
Thank you, Gage.
Yeah, here we go. We're going to raid the Griffey.
Raid the Griffey!
I think that's how I did. Start the raid. There we go. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Okay, so
Bye.
see you today.
Grab bats, grab balls.
Bye-bye.
Bats and balls
We
and
didn't,
stuff.
we didn't
Yeah, we
grab our
didn't do
bats
that.
and balls.
See, that's me trying to figure out how to balance all of these things. so.
Yeah. Knock, knock, knock.
There we go.
So, in case I don't remember, at the beginning of the next one, as soon as he sees you guys, he's gonna be like, "Okay, I need to tell you what just happened." You're gonna have to ask him more questions.
You are not gonna believe this shit.
I thought you all were being mean when you said he was crazy before, but he's talking about like a cabbage that gave him a rock.
And we're just like, yeah, Cabbage gave him a rock. We were there for that.
Did he tell us about the cabin?
I want our responses to make you go, oh, they are all crazy.
Yeah.
Except me.